Welcome to Six's Word on the Curve, sponsored by LMT.
What we're not doing is shutting down the curb. This is how we get the news. This is how we get the 411, the T.
All right, what's up, my curves? This how everybody doing out here. Let's make sure we got everybody on here. Let's see. Who's all in the building? Hey, Sean. Sean is on deck with us today for the panel. Hello. Not sure if anybody else is going to be joining us today, but the doorbell will ring. That's just how it's gonna go down today. I don't know about nobody else, but the doorbell will alert. Okay.
Yes.
Jerron says she here. Why you in there, Jerron? Why you can't never follow directions? Why you always in the audience?
Hey, Jerron.
She always in the audience.
Yeah. But Jerron always got shit to do. That's just how she rolls.
All the time. Yeah. Okay, so let's get going here. We got a lot to discuss. We know we're going to talk about the real Nick Cannon, Tracy Braxton. We're going to be talking about some other stuff that I got lined up for us because it is a travesty in the community. It's so much stuff going on that it's not even funny. Ooh. Hey Karen, I see you in the chat, boo. What's going on?
Hey,
yes. Let's first start off with some of the stuff in regards to Chris Brown. Because y'all already know that he had a couple of lawsuits filed against him in regards to rape allegations, allegedly, or sexual assault, whichever one. But he ended up getting one of them dismissed, as far as I know, because he came with the receipts. I tell you, people who's out here, see, this is why we don't believe a lot of the victims as it is. Hey, Jen, what's going on?
Hey, Jen.
Yes. This is why it's such a hard thing to, when people finally come forward and they talk about some of the stuff that's going on, we can't never believe in half of them because they be lying. We don't know whether to believe them or not. Well, apparently, Chris Brown said he ain't having it. It's a lot of y'all out here going, spreading these lies and stuff. We had this conversation before, in regards to, all of these parties and stuff that keep coming up at Diddy's house. And that's where all of these sexual allegations went down. If I'm not mistaken, it was at, his crib. So, child, what is going on? Like, really? Okay, so give me a second. I'm gonna pull up this information that we have in regards to that, because whatever the receipts was that he had, that made her attorneys drop everything. Like, they dropped her, they dropped the paperwork off. They was like, no, can't do.
Like a hot potato, you dropped. Got to go. I can't do it.
They was not messing with her no more after Chris Breezy got the receipts.
Well, I know that the attorney said that they couldn't pursue criminal charges because they didn't meet the burden of proof regarding that. But Lord, I'm just side-eyeing people when they ain't got no criminal charges now. I'm sorry, but I am.
Yeah, I mean, well, I mean, technically, like what? I mean, you know what? This is not his first rodeo. Like, he's been in the news before about these sexual allegations in regards to Chris Brown.
Oh.
I just, you know, he still got another case that's pending.
Yeah.
But it just seems to always be something going on with him. And I don't know. I really don't know. I just was like, it's always something that's going on with Chris Brown. Like, somebody needs
to quit messing around with these randoms. That's their issue. They go to parties, they meet a perfect stranger. Next thing you know, they in the bed with them. They don't know them from a can of paint. I mean, look, I get it. I know you superstar and you famous and all of that type of stuff, but you can get you a couple of girls in the location and be done with it. You don't have to just be out here messing around with random women.
Girl, I guess they wouldn't be sex, drugs, and rock and roll if they wasn't having these randoms, right?
Girl,
I mean, because basically that's what it's all about.
Right, but how many allegations and lawsuits you got to have before you learn that maybe this is not a good idea? I don't need to be doing this because I'm jeopardizing my freedom. I'm jeopardizing millions and millions of dollars. It's just don't make sense to me, but you know, I guess I ain't in their shoes.
Girl, yeah, I guess, you know, they keep wanting to, you know, they need a whole squad. Is that what they need?
Exactly, Jerron. That's what they need. Hey, mama.
Hey, mama. They need a whole squad.
That's what they need. You know, you have like a roster, different races, ages, whatever you feeling that night, you call them up, you know. They come. Yeah. You know what I mean? You may have to toss them some coins, but you know.
Yeah.
You might not have to. Some people just want to be like that girl. I'll let you go into the text, but child, Chris Brown must be putting it down because girl is fiending. You hear me? I was like, oh.
Girl, I'm trying to find the text. It ain't even popping up on my thing. And I know I saved it. I don't know, unless it's just under a different take. Okay, I'm on the curve trying to surf for it because when I saw these text messages, I was like, well, gee, occurred.
Right.
What in the hell?
Christopher Powderhead Brown, say, what you doing? Did you put a little powder on it? Because
girl, I don't even know. Girl, that's just crazy.
Yeah, girl. You know, I could give you a summarize what she said. Please,
go ahead,
baby, please. I need you. I can't breathe without you. Can I come over? Please, baby, please.
Well. Let's see.
So, God, I don't need nothing. I just want a little bit of it.
Right. This is crazy.
Girl.
See, everything they doing is they giving me. Okay, here's the TMZ article. Let's see if it the message says she's lying, threatening to sue. Okay, here go the text messages. Child, I'm trying to tell you. But you know what? It's good that he got receipts because this could be another situation for him. Right. You coming out here like that and you don't have no receipts, sir? Yeah, it's a no.
But you know what? I agree when we was watching Tasha K, that this could hurt other lawsuits because it is in the court of public opinion as well. So it does tend to sway a different way when you pull in receipts like this. So unless they got some real strong evidence against him, I don't foresee, you know, Chris getting hit with losing in these lawsuits.
Right. That's true. That's true. Hey, Rosie.
What up, Rosie?
Yes. Okay, so TMZ reported that Chris Brown is firing back at the woman who accused him of rape and sued him for $20 million, insisting voicemails and texts she sent after their encounter prove it was consensual. And now the woman's lawyer is dropping her. So let's get into these texts. So here it is. Missing you. You were honestly the best. I'm assuming that's dick I've ever had. LOL. Just want it again. Why you playing with me? Okay. Then she sends a voice audio. Oh, 22 minutes of that. You knew full well I wasn't pressing you about no dick. You told me to stay and then gonna try to play me. Nah, that's crazy. I didn't deserve that. But you definitely got it. So when Chris didn't respond back, she seemed to get peeved, texting, you knew what I just said. And let me see if they got the voice message. Hold on, they got the voice message. We're going to listen to it.
What time is it? Put the time and date.
Boy, you're giving me mixed signals. You're like reading messages and stuff, and you haven't blocked me yet, so I'm guessing you don't hate me. I just want to see you again. I mean, just answer the phone and then you just hung up. Like, just let me know. Like, if you want me to leave you alone, I definitely would, but I really just want to fuck with you again.
What in the macaroni and cheese? Hey, Joy.
Baby, she sounded like she was fiending
where
for
bundling your
that.
home and auto could save you up to 20.
I don't know if she was trying to sound sexy or she was high, but she, I really just want to. I was like, oh, okay,
Girl, so definitely she was over here feeling some kind of way because he wasn't responding back to her. You said she sounded like a man, G. Cold-blooded. Definitely she was feeling some kind of way about him not returning her text messages. That's what it was. And this is what I be telling people about them always. You know, we never know whether or not to believe the victim or whatever. And this is a prime example. This is why we don't ever believe them, because they always seem to be doing some kind of liarization of some sort. Stalker ass, stupid ass, cheesy butter biscuit head ass. Okay, Javon, tell us how you really feel. Right. Tell us how you really feel, boo. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't get it. One of my gym buddies called him Chris beat a bitch down Brown. Cold-blooded, Joy. Cold-blooded. Well, I mean, you know, for now he's out of the clear with this one. I don't know what's going to happen with the other one though. Right. That he still got one more to go. So let's see if he got some receipts on that one, because ideally, if he got some more text messages for this other one, then he might be getting off of that one too. Lord have mercy. I just need Chris to go and have a sit down. He's done a lot. You know what I'm saying? It seems like ever since the beaterization with Rihanna occurred, it's just been nothing but downhill for him ever since. Like it was hard, and it was Karuchi, you know, she got a restraining order against him, and then it's just all of these randoms coming out of the woodwork. People been suing him. Somebody broke into his home and was doing some stuff. Like it's just
I didn't mean to cut you off, but I would say there's also a pending lawsuit of $50 million from a former maid who his dog attacked. Now that lady might win that damn lawsuit. That dog messed her up. Do you hear me?
She had pictures of it.
Girl, yeah, they had the pictures out there. That dog ate her ass up.
Oh, well, Shazam. I didn't even see that one. Was that one person on the curb? Because y'all know, sometimes y'all be looking at stuff and then don't put it on the curb.
Girl, I probably didn't post it, but it was a long time ago. I'll see if I can find it. I'll post it for you, girl, because...
Okay, because I want to see.
Girl, that dog messed that lady up. And I think the issue is maybe they were saying he was negligent because the dog wasn't supposed to be there or supposed to be locked away when she went over there to do her work.
Oh, and the dog wasn't put up.
Right.
Yeah. That might be negligent.
Big old ass dog too.
Well, that dog probably crazy like Chris Brown ass too. So I ain't trying to They say the dog is like your owners, you know what I'm saying? Sure, they mimic you. They mimic you. Yeah, okay. Is his face caving in, looking like Skeletor? You know his face look like Skeletor. Girl, ain't nothing Chris Brown could tell me that he ain't on no damn drugs. And you out here supplying people too. So, you know, he gets you whatever you need in order to give up the nappy dugout. That's exactly how it was in this doggone, you know, text message situation. His dog wound up here in my hometown. Oh, really? What?
It's a beautiful dog, girl. Big old fluffy dog.
Oh, dang. Hey, Nisha. You said it was abandoned? The dog was abandoned, found in the woods here in California. Oh, dang. Humboldt County? Okay. He has attacked before the maid. Oh, dang. So this ain't the first rodeo for the dog either. The dog got a whole bunch of slap fines against his ass, just like Chris Brown do.
And you know, I get wanting to have, I just sent you the picture to your inbox sticks, but I get wanting to have like a attack dog, but damn, the dog should be attacking like on your command, not just random damn people.
Girl, yeah. And you should be making sure you got somebody coming to your home that you should be having that dog locked up, you know.
Right.
That's crazy. Oh, wow. Yeah, look at this. Oh, dang. This is her eye?
Girl, I don't know. I just know that picture right there is her laying in that hospital bed.
Girl, that looks terrible. Hey, Justine.
Hey, Justine.
Oh, is this the dog then? This look like this might be the dog.
That's him. That's him. And then he had a big white fluffy dog too. I guess that's the one that attacked her though.
We're just gonna have to ask Chris to get it together. That's all. You know what I'm saying? He done dodged a few bullets now. He ain't gonna be so lucky. So I'm gonna end up catching up with him.
With this maid situation, girl. She gonna get paid. I don't know if she gonna get no $50 million, but
$50 million? Who she thinks she got? Chelsea Clinton? Girl.
Oh, okay. That's Lord.
Y'all know I love Chris Tucker. It just came out. Okay, so Dolores said it's a wolf, not a dog. Oh, okay. I posted the local news report in the group. Okay, thank you, Jen. He looks like he's on a boat, rocks and liquor. Oh, wow. Ain't that crazy? That ain't no dog. That's Kojo. Oh, my goodness. That's horrible. Girl, I know. It's some type of shepherd. They are common here on ranches and farms for guard dogs. Yeah. Okay, thanks, Jen P. Girl, Jen P got the info. You heard me?
And you know that she about to get paid then, child.
Yeah, she about to get paid. About to get paid.
Jerron say she should get $50 million. That reconstructive treatment is expensive. It's her face, and he was negligent AF.
Period, Pooh. I agree.
That's why I said he gonna lose that lawsuit.
Yeah, he gonna lose this one. The dog found a stash she couldn't handle the high. Oh, blood.
He might have been fiending. The dog probably was fiending and got mad at the man.
Fiending. That dog might have been on some of them drugs. Now, you know, people be saying, you know, he be having stuff available to you when you come over. Now, I know that Diddy does allegedly have things available.
Hey, Michelle. GMP said a local farmer adopts and rehabs. Chris lied and said he had it euthanized, but it wasn't. So they took it all the way to where you live and abandoned it.
Girl, and she said he was microchipped and wound up here. OMG.
Chris Brown, Lord.
Come on now. So obviously this dog has been giving his ass some problems before. Hey, Shantae. I'm sure they have had the conversation about the dog being up before. I'm pretty sure. This sounds like this has been an ongoing situation with Chris and this dog. I mean, it just took, you know what I'm saying? Like he seemed like he's had some issues with the dog, and it just took, you know, this whole situation with the maid And then he wanted to try to get rid of it. That's what it looked like.
Yeah, because if you know, I mean, if I had a pet and I know that people are coming to my house, I'm going to lock the dog away. That's just common sense now.
Exactly. Now, it could have been a situation where he was not there.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
You know, that's what I was going to say, like in the beginning. Like, it could have been a situation he might have been on the road or something. He wasn't there and he told the maid to go, and he wasn't even thinking that the dog wasn't even locked up. He didn't think about it. But my thing is, when you're gone, but when you're gone, who's taking care of your dog?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. He probably had somebody else. Whoever was his caregiver for that dog those dogs were supposed to put that dog up and didn't do it.
Yeah, didn't do it.
I'm like, sir, you should have. Well, let me just hush. I'm just shoulda, woulda, coulda, ain't gonna help. I'm like, Jerron say he was there. Oh, Nisha say could have been he was high and forgot to put the dog away.
The curve ain't no good.
Y'all ain't no damn good. Oh, blood.
Okay, so Jen said Google Italian Mastiff. Is that how you say it?
Mastiff.
Okay, Mastiff. Okay, and that is the breed I have in my backyard right now. OMG. Okay, let me do it on the Googler. Hold on, let me get on the Googler. Okay, girl.
Or Cane Corso, she said. And then Michelle said common sense ain't coming. But it could have been a Mike Vick situation, or he was being Chris Powderhead Brown. You know, those are both strong possibilities, Michelle.
I'm gonna go with the Chris Powderhead Brown. That's what I'm gonna go with. Okay, that's what I'm gonna go with. Sounds about right to me. Okay, so I typed in that, and this is what it brought up. Let me see some of these images here. Oh, wow. Damn, that's some big ass dogs.
Girl, look at that dog at the end. Oh,
yeah.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. I'm not dealing with that.
Jen say he weighs 146 pounds, gentle giant. His dogs are just as big or bigger.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Yeah, I'm definitely not messing with none of no dogs like that. Okay, I stick with the ankle biters all day long. Because if you stand up on your hind legs and you is eye contact with me, we boxing. Okay, that's
you don't fight the dog, Lord.
Girl, if you stand up on me like you about to go for some, I got to defend myself. What are you talking about? You stood up on your hind legs like you face to face with me. Hamburger. No, ma'am.
Sharon say the maid claims after she was bitten, Chris was yelling at people in the house to get the dog out of there before the police came.
Common sense ain't common, but it could have been a Mike. Okay, yeah, you read that Mike Vick situation. Okay, yeah, he doesn't have his ears cropped. Can I post a video in the group later? You sure can. You sure can. Yes, post it in the group, boo. Cane Corso and you all know I'm a butcher. Mastiffs are guard dogs. They are muscular and strong AF. They require a trainer. Well, obviously he wasn't training this doggone dog so that it could be, you know. You got people running in and out your house. You a mega star. You got maids coming in. You got parties and stuff going on. This is a liability, and he should have known better. You should have known better.
Oh,
you should have known better. Okay, all right. Well, you know, we were talking about this, so we might as well tiptoe on into it, because we was talking about, you know, this whole situation with the at Diddy's place, you know, and these allegations of alleged rape and sexual assault, et cetera, with Chris Brown. But let's go on and talk about Diddy because we're on his timeline anyway. Dogs like those are not meant to be pets. Those are show dogs who need constraint training. Yeah, constant training. Yes. Yeah, something like that, that big old type of dog. Yes, ma'am. You better be having that mug trained on a leash. He better be at one command. You heard me? The first one I say, you better do it because I ain't got time for that. I don't got time for that. But apparently there was this video circulating in regards to P. Diddy being a father again to young Miami. And that it's the possibility that she might be pregos. Child, first of all, now I know we have had our conversations on the curb multiple times in regards to Mr. P. Diddy, Diddy love, Diddy bop, Diddy man, okay? But I just cannot see him doing a whole nother thing when he didn't even want to give Cassie a kid. Okay, let's start there. Okay, I'm gonna bring you up to speed because I feel some type of way. Now, Young Miami, and let me just clear it up now. She did come on her Instagram and she posted and said definitely not pregnant. Shots to Young Miami being pregnant and stuff. People was tagging her. She was like, I am not pregnant. Y'all are all the way off. I'm getting mad. She was getting pissed off about this whole thing. Diddy need to sit down somewhere. Let me tell you something. First of all, these young girls and stuff is out here messing with Mr. Diddy, metrosexual man. And we already had our conversations in regards to him alleged being on the other side of the fence and doing all this like he's a real party goer, anything goes. If y'all have been paying attention to any of this stuff in regards to this Playboy Mansion situation, it's kind of on a similar grounds or something like that, because you know he's the party man, so he brings the party to you. That means any and everything goes. Am I right or am I wrong? Let me know if I'm wrong, because I feel like I'm ringing the bell on this one. Okay, we didn't have this conversation. Okay, so I just can't see him turning around and impregnating Young Miami when he was with Cassie and wasted all of her good 20 years and wouldn't give her a baby. She had to leave him and go get with the trainer in order to get wifed up in a couple of kids. Am I wrong or am I right?
Girl, you right. Cassie did bounce, and immediately she was married and pregnant. I think Diddy might be through having kids, and he's knocking on 50's door around there. He ought to be.
Yeah. He needs to not do nothing. He needs to not do nothing else, sir. I mean, let's have the conversation. You got people from the band out here calling you out saying you done made all these millions of dollars. Now, we already know about his contracts. Let's not act like we don't know. And I'm going to say everything is allegedly because I don't have any kind of trail to say this, but y'all can get on the Googler just like everybody else get on the Googler and see that 112 members then came out and said they ain't had nothing, a pot of pissy and a winner to throw out. Look how they did total, you know what I'm saying? And then you got the band and you got members of them coming out and saying something. I'm just going by what I see. Who?
Day 26, Danny Kane. It's so many of them, so yeah. But Michelle say, listen, one thing for sure and two things for certain. She may not be now, but I'm sure she was and got rid of it. Rumors about a baby by Diddy don't just happen. You know what? When Six mentioned Cassie, I thought that too, Michelle. I was like, child, Cassie probably had got pregnant and got rid of that baby. Diddy want no more kids.
I'm going to tell you this. That has been a rumor in regards to Cassie, allegedly, that she has had a few of them. Okay, that he was just like, no, he didn't want to do it.
Girl, especially now that he had to have full custody of them twins since their mama passed away. Diddy probably like, hell no, I can't do this no more. Now, y'all tripping.
See, it's all good when you ain't staying in the same house with them and stuff like that. Right. But now you got them up under your wing and stuff. Now you got to be, the soccer mom, the school, meetups and stuff. You report card meetings. You got to be doing all of that. So now your whole curriculum of party all the time. In my Eddie Murphy voice, my girl wants to party. It's shut down, Diddy. It's shut down because you got the twins. But don't be fooled, because he still got time for all of this. Because people was like, well, when does he have time to be sitting up here rendezvousing all the time? He make time for what he wants, because then he got older sons that'll go and pick up the kids when they need to get picked up or go to these meetings and stuff like that. Don't be fooled.
Yeah, he got his mama. I'm sure he's got nannies and helpers. So it's not that he doesn't have time. I was just thinking, shit, when somebody start getting around into their 50s and stuff like that, having newborns ain't no fun now. It may be, but not for me, you know.
Yeah.
I don't view that as a fun time, you know. So.
Nisha saying I can see it because he could have been high up on his product. You know, they say he's supplying them all. Facts. And I'm going to say allegedly behind that, Nisha, so don't nobody come for you or me. Okay? Yes. And that's a good point, GMP said, in regards to she maybe did. Yeah, well, that was the rumor in regards to Cassie, if that's who you're referring to. She wanted to be married before having a baby. Yes, she did. She wanted the picket fence and all of that. And she stuck with him all them years. How many years she was with Diddy? She was with him through her whole 20s. The prime time 20s, girl. See? And by she, I'm referring to Cassie wanting to be married. As soon as she got married, she got pregnant twice. Yes, back to back. Yes. Them kids probably raising themselves. All they need is his credit card. That's it. Nisha cold-blooded.
Naomi don't agree. She just had her. Yeah, Naomi, Jerry Jackson.
Yeah, she did.
She's at 50. I'm just like, no, it's too old for me, girl. But you know.
Girl, let me tell y'all something. I commend women like Halle Berry, Janet Jackson, and all these folks coming out here at the age of 50 trying to have these babies and stuff, because ain't no way in hell I'll be sitting up here doing this stuff. No ma'am, I just can't. Like, doggone it. And I waited a long time before I had my kids. I waited a long time. So I can't see doing it at 50. Shoot, no ma'am.
I with no newborns, girl. No way, Jose.
Girl. Speaking of foolery and fuckery, y'all, what in the fuck is going on with Kimora Lee?
Ooh, girl, now that's a whole debacle.
Oh my God! I swear to God, let me just say this, and I'm gonna continue to say it. When I saw that she was hanging around this gentleman here, okay, on my screen, I was like, what in the whole fuck is going on? Why are you with him? Why? And then they was talking about him being this billionaire or something like that, like he got all this money, and then all that stuff came out in regards to him doing shady stuff with his business. And I was like, why are you getting intermingled with this? You got a good life, you know what I'm saying, in regards to you made money with Russell Simmons, you know what I'm saying? Y'all had businesses together. You was able to do your clothing line. You got 2 kids out of it. You living a life of luxury. You can come and go. Then she got with Jamon. Is that how you say his name? And had a baby with him. Okay. Okay, but y'all didn't get
blame
married.
on that one, you know. I don't know. Yeah.
Which is okay. It's okay because she didn't get married to him. Okay, so and then it was some static stuff going on between them two or whatever like that. But you know, it seemed for the most part they got on the same page because it was all about you trying to keep my son away from me and all this other stuff. And I was like, now come on, okay, let's not be messy, okay? But right. Then you turned around and get with homeboy, and you know he got all this money, and I tell everybody, you know. Just like Chris Tucker said in Rush Hour, follow the rich white man. Because normally when you follow the rich white man, it really do be some other shit that you be getting yourself into that you don't know nothing about. Did you do a background check? Did you thoroughly check to make sure that his funds was in order and that this man was legally divorced from his previous marriage? Like, where is the certificates?
He a crook and a scammer, girl. He done scam Kimora. Shit.
Girl, he didn't scam the hell out of her. Okay. The hell. They can have them babies. I'm 35 and done. They will be all grown by the time I turn 45. I know that's right, Nisha. Not for nothing. I said I wasn't having no kids after 30 because I thought that was too old to keep having kids. But at their age, they are able to sit down and actually raise their own and enjoy it. Yeah, for the most part with Diddy's situation, I agree. That his kids are of a certain age.
I think she talking about Naomi and Naomi, the older ladies. And I don't fault them. I think it's great. Whoever want to keep having babies, power to the people. But
yeah,
woo.
Yeah, he did. He scammed her so good, marriage and business. Let's go ahead and read this because I'm gonna call him Less Than Tim Less Than extensive plot to illegally marry multiple women at the same time continues to unfold. Former Goldman Sachs banker. Okay, that was the first thing. Banker. That should have been a red flag.
I mean, Goldman Sachs is a big company.
It is. But allegedly, you don't remember when all of them bankers was over there doing fraudulent stuff with mortgage loans and getting all of these bonuses and flying people out and having parties and rendezvous and just making, millions and millions of dollars. I'm just saying, this is what I was seeing in the news back at the time when President Obama was in office during this time, and he bailed out the bankers, right? I'm just saying. Can we just acknowledge that Kimora is stupid? She always marries the bag and fumbles it every time. Allegedly. Michelle,
I mean, but Michelle, this fool is still married to somebody else. So I don't even think him and Kimora's marriage is legit, first of all.
Right. I don't think so either. And she got kids with him?
She got a son, and I think they might have adopted. I don't know if he adopted, but she has another a son that they adopted too. But also I'm a bit confused on why over years that, in this article here, it says that he for years pretended to be his ex-wife to convince Kimora the marriage was over. Kimora, it took years for him to convince you that his first marriage was over. That don't make sense to me. What's going on?
Girl, all I know is, did you do your background check? Obviously,
I'm
she did not.
surprised Russell didn't do a background check since they was gonna be around. He was gonna be around his daughters.
But wait a minute now, he didn't do a background check. But remember, it was some hoopla about him not agreeing with this whole thing.
Well, I know Russell did sue him. He sued Kimora for helping this dude hide assets or something, girl.
Right, when they were going through their divorce.
No, not when they was going through their divorce. Since Kimora and Tim have been married, apparently they went into business together, and she did something with the company, sold out some shares or something that she didn't own
that belonged to him. To Russell.
And that was to help this dude.
Because he was swindling money. He needed the money.
Kimora, was you digmatized, girl? Because Lord, you tripping.
Wait a minute. Did you say digmatized? Because I don't see digmatization in this picture with him. I'm just saying, I don't see it.
Girl, you ain't got to see it, child.
Oh my God. Okay, so Shantae said, and she keeps marrying because without a rich husband, she broke AF. Oh, well, okay, yes. But my thing is, where in the heck is the first wife? Like, she didn't even think to, pop up this man all in the blogs and stuff, like you don't exist. Like, right, how come she didn't come out and say, hold on, you getting married? Maybe she was like, fuck that. Yeah, maybe she was like, fuck his ass. I don't give a fuck what did he do, as long as he's out of my life.
And Kimora's stupid as hell. Ain't nowhere in the world, if I think you're still married or having a relationship with your first wife, that I'm gonna accept emails as my proof. We need to have a conversation. If I really need that type of proof, what the hell you gonna keep emailing me for? That ain't
yes. And I gotta finish reading this article, but let me go ahead and read some more of this chat, honey, because y'all got the tea over here too. I know, ain't no way she ain't know. The Simmons investigate everything. Say it again for the people in the back. Russell investigated who he gonna be around his kids. She knew exactly, Sean. That's what Shantae said. How many times she been married, y'all? This will be. Russell was the first, and this is the second, right?
This her second marriage.
This her second marriage. She ain't been running them up like J-Lo. She ain't been running them up.
Yeah, that's what it was, Nisha. Russell sued them over shares of Celsius, right? Yeah. Michelle said that man ain't got no pipe game.
Jerron said, digmatized child. Yeah, you gonna acknowledge she dumb or no? I'm gonna acknowledge she ain't all the way right, and she didn't do her due diligence before she got into this relationship. Okay, because when you dealing with billionaires and stuff like that, they be having a lot of stuff. You need to be making sure you is in everything, and I do mean everything. You need to know. You need to know what you putting yourself and your family in, because you already had a family before you got with him. Or maybe he was paying the ex-wife to be quiet. Could have been. Yes, Nisha Nash. Yes. Hey, Sharon, aka Sharon. How late am I? Dang. Well, let's see.
You ain't that late, girl, but you missed some interesting
You missed
stuff.
some interesting stuff. He ain't got pipe. He is more of a plug-in. She done fell off a turnip truck. Oh my God. So she was just with and had a baby by Jamal. Yeah.
Yeah, they never got married.
They
were
never
just
got married.
together for some
Yep.
years and stuff.
All right, let's finish reading this article, okay? So the former Goldman Sachs banker and estranged husband of Kimora Lee Simmons, Tim Less Than, recently admitted in court that he posed as his first wife, Judy Chan, and communicated via email with Kimora for years to convince her their marriage had ended. According to a report on Radar Online, Tim admitted during his latest court hearing to emailing Kimora for years, posing as his first wife, Judy, in order to convince her, Kimora, the marriage was over. Tim's acting of his then billionaire and wine Harris wife, Judy Chan, okay, was reportedly so convincing that Kimora had extended an invite to Judy on multiple occasions to vacation with her family. The defense attorney representing Roger N.G., I don't know who that is, Tim's former Goldman Sachs colleague, who he was testifying was the mastermind behind the embezzlement scheme, plans to use Tim's double life to place reasonable doubt in the mind of the jurors that questions the validity of Tim's entire testimony. OMG!
Oh,
He really was going through the ruckus, was he not?
Now this need to be a Lifetime movie, Kimora.
Yes, honey,
get going, girl. Get going. You need coin.
Yes, wait, her ex-wife is of Asian descent also. That's what it sounds like. Tim got a type. He got a type. Yeah. Interesting. Child. Well, you know what? Y'all, if y'all want to scurry on over to the Jasmine brand, this is where we got the article from, and try to see what else they got to say. But pretty much whatever they put in here is all you gonna get when you go over
we
there.
ain't going to that website. It ain't nothing over there but some advertisements. Don't waste your time.
Exactly. So that's why I just keep it moving. Okay. Did y'all celebrate the Biggie's what? Was it his birthday or was it his album? I know everybody been posting and stuff on there about him.
I think it was 25 years since he passed.
It's been 25 years?
Yeah, girl.
Oh, Jerron said Omarion's baby mama, April, can play her in the movie. He is a messy punk, a messy hole, right? His birthday, yes. So yeah, shout out, to Biggie for his birthday. Damn, it just seemed like him and Pop, Again, we talking about this whole situation and ups around and down in regards to, them no longer being here with us. I'm not even finna open up the can of whoop ass in regards to, a lot of people are still pointing the finger at, allegedly Diddy for all of this mayhem. So, but happy birthday to him. Like 25 or 26 years, at 25, I think. Yep, 25. Crazy. Okay. Well, let's get into it because I know everybody has been seeing this floating around and stuff like that too. So we want to say, rest in heaven to, Tracy Braxton passed away. She passed away from cancer. And a lot of a lot of the stars and stuff have been making posts in regards to it. And her son did finally come out and make a post as well. Um, just basically, saying that she was a true survivor and stuff through this whole thing. So he said, when I heard the news about my mom being sick, so that let me know he wasn't around. First thing she said was, I'm going to fight and beat this. She fought to the end, and today she's at peace. I love my mother forever, and this hurts so much, but I'm at peace knowing she isn't in pain anymore. I love you, Ma. I'm going to miss you. And a lot of speculation about her being sick came long time ago. It was during the pandemic when they surfaced that picture of her at her son's wedding. He had got married and she was looking real thin and frail. And a lot of rumors and stuff was circulating then. A lot of people have been knowing about this and just wasn't coming out saying nothing because she didn't want anybody really to know what was going on with her.
We got that little cancer information probably 6 months ago or something.
Yeah. We been knew about it. Some of the VIPers had already had first information about it, but we was basically asked not to say anything about it. So we did our due diligence. We knew that it was aggressive. The cancer was. And that it was the chances of her surviving was very thin because it had progressed so bad. But this is just really sad because all of this information about her passing away and stuff now, and she was going through turmoil with the family. They weren't in good spaces at the time. Her and Tamar was going through it. She wasn't trying to be around the family like that either. It's just really sad.
Yeah, they did say they were by her side when she passed, so I hope they resolved everything.
I hope so too, because they were just such the funny family when they used to have the Braxton show and they would be making up their singing stuff and all like that. They seemed like they was close knit, but she was always the sheep of the family. To me, that's what I felt like. She was always the outcast. Always always trying to fit in. She always wanted to fit in, and it was just always something going on. Yes, that is so sad. My condolences to the Braxtons. I thought she was gonna beat it. It's just so ironic. She's a singer, and it was, how do you pronounce it? That kind of cancer?
Esophageal cancer.
Esophageal, yeah.
Which is of the esophagus,
Esophagus. Yeah. Was she a smoker? Is that like a smoker's cancer or something?
I do think she smoked. I do think that. I actually do think I remember seeing that on the show.
Okay. All right.
I don't quote me on that, but I do think I recall something like that. I have to look it up.
Okay. He was around. He was saying then he first heard about the diagnosis. Oh, okay. Got you, Jerron. That speculation pissed me off. Everybody felt like shit when they made fun of how Chad would look, and people do that dumb shit again. That's wild to me. Yeah, they were talking about, well, I knew something was up with Chadwick when I saw him though. I knew he was sick because I've had a few of my family members with cancer, had HIV, AIDS, and the way that they deteriorate is just like one day they was like this, and the next minute they was super thin and looked frail. It was like really like right before your eyes. So I kind of figured that Chadwick was sick, but I didn't think none of it because we weren't able to get no tea about it. I felt the same way. She wanted the love they all shared together. Yeah, I really do believe like she was always fighting to be included in. Like, that's crazy. It shouldn't be like that. It's always, one sister or brother, always the sheep of the family when you got a bunch of siblings. It's always that one. Most people that have it smoke or has history of smoking. Thank you, Sharon, aka Sharon. I don't think they made fun of Tracy, but everyone was wondering what was going on. Yeah. I didn't see them making fun of her, but everybody was like gasping, like, oh my God, what's going on with Tracy? That kind of thing. I don't think that I've seen anybody make fun of her. But I know she was really private about the whole thing. Like, she didn't even want to go out. She stayed to herself, to her immediate family. She just wasn't, she didn't want to do anything. Poor Tracy.
Poor Tracy. But back to the about her being a black sheep. You know what the issue is when their parents got divorced. The daddy was cheating and they kind of chose side. Tracy went with her daddy, and I think that's what kind of separated them a little bit.
Really? Yeah. I mean, I remember her, he was always the one checking up on her. They met up with the dad and the brother in the episode and stuff. Like, she wasn't really around her mom and stuff. But you can't be mad at your kids for still wanting to have a relationship. Like, all of them, I feel like the rest of them still had a relationship with their dad.
Yeah, but no, I'm just saying that's why they weren't as close, is because Tracy was in, like, I think Baltimore, living close to her daddy, and all of them were living together doing music and all that type of stuff. So that's why I feel like there was some type of separation.
And not only that, I felt like, and this is just my personal opinion, so don't come for me, I don't feel like they gave her big ups when she came out with that last album, even though I'm gonna tell y'all that last album was not all that she came out with. But who
didn't give her big ups?
I don't feel like they were supportive, but not as much.
I mean,
and it could have been because she was going round for round with Tamar too, but the other sister was always going to, like, her video shoots and stuff like that. What was that? Not Tony, not Tawanda. What's the other one? Trina. Trina was always around with Tracy. When you saw how thin she was, I thought he was when you saw how thin he was, I thought he was losing the weight for another movie role. You talking about Chad was, Joy said, I don't think they made fun of her, Tracy, but everyone was wondering what was going on. Yeah, I do believe that. And she had the right to be private. Poor thing. I believe she should have had the right to be private. I wasn't sweating it, that she wasn't coming out and saying anything, even when the picture was released. She didn't want that picture out though either, because she knew people was gonna be asking. Yes, and she had a relationship with Miss Wanda. Okay, yeah, I agree.
That's what it was. And Mama couldn't stand Miss Wanda. She still can't. No,
Yeah.
Because that was her home girl,
Yeah. You agree, Nisha? She was a daddy's girl. Yeah, I remember that, Sean. She was a true daddy's girl, and essentially outcasted her.
Yeah, and she liked his girlfriend. That was the issue.
Yeah.
Those kids basically chose sides, even though even the relationship with their daddy, if you look like in the earlier seasons, it was strained at first.
Oh, it was.
Years, but it was strained too.
Yeah.
Which, and part of that, I do blame on Miss Evelyn, because, when you get hurt by a man, you can't, pass those feelings on to your kids. You gotta keep that shit in. You can't. Right.
Yeah. And even when they went on Ayanna Fix My Life and stuff like that, I thought that was a train wreck. I don't think that they should have did that on TV either.
No.
I think that they should have just been having family powwows with, a therapist and stuff off TV. That should not have been televised.
But I think they did it on TV because we see the issues on TV, so I guess they were trying to show themselves resolving it on TV.
And it did not get a resolve, trust and believe. Y'all saw that? It was not a resolution. It was not a resolution, okay? It made it worse. It started when she got pregnant, when they were in the group and the label wouldn't sign her when they were young. Yeah, I remember that too. This has been ongoing. That's why I said, this has just been an ongoing thing. They've been outcasting her since the beginning. They did choose sides, yes. Miss Evelyn set the tone. That's their mama's fault. As parents, we have to put our feelings to the side. You should never make your kids choose. Yep. Yeah, because Miss Evelyn said she smacked the piss out of Tamar. I remember that. Feel your shit, but don't involve the kids. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, it ain't no manual to how your feelings and stuff should be when you find out your husband been with a side piece and then he turned around and wifed her up. Like, it is some resentment. You always want to be in fight mode. I get it. I get it. I get it. But now I wonder if they're going to do a televised funeral and stuff for her. I know that she wasn't a top star like Whitney Houston and nothing like that, but we loved her just as much as we loved Tony and Tamar and them on the show. Like, they came as a package to me. You know what I'm saying? Because if you saw one, you saw them all. So I hope they do, do her right and give her a send off, and I hope that they put it on TV stuff and stuff too. I really
Tracy
do.
may not want it on TV. She was private, it seems like.
Yeah, but Tracy knew she had some fans.
Yeah, that's true.
She knew she had fans that loved her. Although I wasn't a fan of the music, I still like Tracy on the show. Like, she was just hardcore, honey. She was, riding motorcycles and everything. She was the outcast of the family.
And she was hilarious too.
And she was funny as hell. Well, whole thing. When she was drunk, she was hilarious too. I hate to say it like that, but
Girl, yeah.
your husband, the pastor, slept with a member of the church that you attended and wifed her up. That's right. That's exactly what she did.
That can make you bitter. I get it.
I get it.
I get it. But
yes, the saddest part is their trauma was so deep. These women were 40 plus, still dealing with worrying about mom's feelings and being secretive about having a relationship with their father. Yeah, they was hiding that they was visiting him and everything. Yeah. I thought the mother sister was the alcoholic. Well, I don't know per se. It never came out that she was an alcoholic, so I don't want to say anything like that. But she used to be turned up on the Braxton.
You talking about Trina?
Trina was turned. Yeah, Trina.
I know she was an alcoholic, but she was definitely a drinker because she got some DWIs and everything.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, Trina was. Yeah. Trina was a mess. All right. Who-wee. Yeah. Rest in peace to her. Let's get into it, y'all. Let's switch it up so we can. It's no other way to keep coming. It's a lot of sad news on this celebrity updates and stuff. Let's get into this thing with Royce Reed and from Basketball Wives and her son. Okay, and I'm gonna try to keep it copacetic considering we're talking about a minor. Okay,
and trigger warning, girls, it does involve molestation and things. Just FYI.
Right. So if you decide that you want to exit out now, please do so. Okay. So, according to multiple reports, Basketball Wives star Royce Reed was reportedly arrested yesterday for alleged child neglect. This is from Hollywood Unlocked, and this is in regards to the situation with her son, who had people over to the house and stuff. And I know Sean know a little bit more about it because I didn't really get the gist. I got, the cliff notes for it. But the son was messing around with some of the kids that came over to the house at one particular time, and they were aware that he had anger issues and he was a bit touchy-feely and stuff like that because he was going to therapy. Am I right about that, Sean? Fill me in.
Yeah, apparently these were the kids of Royce's boyfriend who were coming over, while he was spending time. The kids were there kicking it, and apparently her son had some type of anger issues, and when he would get mad, he would get one of the kids and pull out his little thing and
private parts,
his private parts, and make them either stroke him or perform oral on him. He would force them. If the kids say it was nasty, he would get even more angry. And so apparently when Royce found out, she got him into some type of diversion program. But this information came out in therapy. And his therapist, of course, is a mandatory reporter. So she had to report it. And then come to find out, even after Royce knew about this, she still was keeping, letting him be around the kids and stuff. And you cannot do that, ma'am.
What? Wait a minute. She was still allowing the kids to be around him?
Girl, I guess she wanted to be with her boo that damn bad.
But didn't she say, well, allegedly, didn't they say, the people who's reporting this and got this information out, didn't they say that the son had came to her and told her that he was doing this stuff?
Well, yeah, and he was in therapy for it. She put him in therapy. But when this information came out in therapy, the therapist is required by law to report it to the authorities. They have to. And so that's when it came out. And Royce got put down for negligence because even after she got him into therapy for this issue, she still was letting him be around those kids.
Unbelievable. So this is really your fault, Royce, because you had the potential to separate or to monitor when you're around them. Like you should not be leaving you shouldn't be leaving your kid alone with any kids.
You should have told your man, because apparently him and the kid's mama must share custody because the mama is involved too.
Oh,
and when you have your kids, we can't be together. That's just it. You can come over when you don't have your kids.
So Shantae wanted to know, did the boyfriend know as well? He knew as well, right?
I don't know when the boyfriend found out, but I don't know when the boyfriend found out. I know now when they asked him if he would be around Royce or the boy, he said no, because he don't want to see her son ever again.
Dang. Girl, that is terrible. Sharon, aka Sharon, said, let's talk about that mugshot of hers. Whew.
Oh, Lord. And I only perused the documents. They were so long. I was looking at it yesterday while I was working. So if they have more information, my child, it's like 3-4 pages in tiny print,
Oh, that ain't nothing. Send it to me. Can you inbox it me to my nosy self? Inbox it, because you know how we get down over here on the card. We done read the autopsy of Whitney, of Michael Jackson. We done read autopsy report, 50 pages, honey. I got to send it to me. I come back with the information for y'all. Y'all know me. I'll give y'all the cliff notes. Not at all.com. You know how we get down. It's sad. She was on a tough space. She ultimately needs to date someone who doesn't have kids. She would never be able to leave her son unsupervised. A mandatory reporter. Yeah. Yes, exactly. I'm sick. How could she do that? She was not thinking about anyone but herself. That's what it seems to be. And I'm gonna just say allegedly, because again, until I get my hands on these documents to see what was going on in it and fill y'all in, I'm gonna go with, because Sean be getting the tea about stuff. She, she'll see a lot of the stuff come in before I do. But this was one I didn't go back to be able to read, so I got the cliff notes. But yes, I'm gonna look into that. I was under the impression he knew and he was watching all the kids and he had left, but ultimately he is her responsibility. I was reading the paperwork. Okay, see, that's why I gotta read it.
You see, I didn't read everything. So, but Royce's explanation was that I inboxed you the whole thing, 6. So
thank you.
Royce was saying that they were there some of the time, but it's in a big old house. So I guess the kids was in different areas of the house.
Okay, so they were unsupervised. So y'all was over there being the two crooks in the room together, and y'all let the kids go play. Even though you know that your son got issues. Now that's a problem. Yes, you know what Sharon, aka Sharon 6, is the chief snoop detective, and she'll get it to us. I will read those documents and report back to y'all. Y'all know I will. It's been, plenty of times that we didn't have to break out the documents on stuff on here. That's not a problem. We will read. That's one thing for sure. The Curbs just reads, okay? Oh my God, I didn't even know all of this, but it's a lot of stuff that's gonna keep coming up about this, so we're gonna keep y'all updated on all of this stuff with Royce Reed, and let's talk about her baby daddy for a minute.
Dwight Howard. Ooh. Well,
because
before you go into it, one part of the document I did see was they asked that boy, when was the last time you talked to your daddy? And he said, sometime in 2020. Because my daddy got mad at me because I was hanging around with blank too much. It had the name blocked out, but I'm assuming it must have been Royce's boyfriend. I asked him, when the last time you saw your daddy? No, he said he saw his daddy in 2020. He ain't talked to him and he don't know how long since then. His daddy got mad at him and quit talking to him.
Well, they say, and y'all want to say who is they, the word on the curb. The word on the curb is that, these issues is the same issues that Dwight have. Like, he's a touchy-feely person. He has been touching men's junk on the courts. It came out in regards to that. He had some situations going on with a transgender before, even though he was denying, and all of this is I can't even say none of this is alleged, only because there is video footage out on the Googler. You could check it yourself. It's been a lot of stuff going on with Dwight, and from what I hear, he has custody of his other child, but he doesn't have a relationship with the child with Royce. Now, it was some back and forth between them some years ago too. Do you remember that, Sean? You remember that them two used to be at it?
I know that he hindered her when she was on Basketball Wives from showing the child on there, which I do get that. I don't know, like, if I would want my kids to be on a show like that because of bullying and stuff. I mean, but the thing about, I guess, shit, people gonna know who your mom is anyway, and your daddy. So they know they on that show.
Exactly.
But I don't know, but I mean, like, I agree with you, Michelle, when she was, basically saying she has mixed emotions. If you place him, no, not that, but she said, and it pisses me off that Dwight has no responsibility in this. Yeah, he definitely needs some ownership, because I feel like that boy is acting out partly from abandonment issues. I don't know what else he got going on, but when you used to having a relationship with your daddy, I'm assuming he is, then all of a sudden he up and decide he ain't fooling with you no more. That's got to be even worse than him just not being in your life, period.
I mean, and you know what? Hey, Shauna, welcome, girl. Let me just say this. I mean, even the same thing in regards to what 50 Cent was doing with his son, where they falling out and stuff. And people to this day still say, 50, you need to reconcile with your son, and he was like, oh no, ain't no reconciliation. There is none, and that's sad, because that it's hard it's not saying that we can't do it, because there's plenty of single moms out here that raise their sons, but you got people like Royce and 50 Cent who got money, who has the ability to be around their kid on a regular and consistent basis. There's no reason for it. There's no reason why it should not happen. I just think this is just unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to dwell on too much on this, because again, this is in regards to a minor, and I'm going to read those documents for sure about that, and then I tell y'all what I found in the documents. But this is just sad.
It definitely is sad. And Royce, I get, she probably feeling like, well, I deserve to have a life, and regardless, I should be able to do this, and I got my son help. But the thing about it is she's allowed to have a relationship, but like somebody else said, you should have dated somebody with no kids, or you only see that man when his kids are around, or if your son ain't around.
Right. It got to be some boundaries. Some boundaries got to be made when you know that your child has issues.
Right.
You can't be sitting up here allowing your kids to be around other kids when you know that they have issues with keeping their hands to themselves.
I mean, and the boy ain't been in therapy that long. It's been 8 months. And she's
dang.
She was like, oh, I got him help. Yeah, you got him help. And they say he's been learning how to manage his anger better and all of that type of stuff. But I think if you constantly exposing him to kids like that, it seemed like it would trigger something,
Right.
Because they say he's not supposed to be around kids that's at least 2 years younger than him.
So how old is the boyfriend's kids?
I think they were 6 and 10. Or 8 and 10, somewhere around there. And he's like 14.
Well, apparently he don't need to be around children at all.
Yeah, Michelle, he go to school too. I don't know how it's all supposed to work, girl.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So Sharon K. Sharon says Royce comes from a upper middle class family too. Yes, she does. 50 Cent created that monster, that his son. Yeah, that is a whole nother story. That's a whole nother story. Let's see, just like kids with medical issues with 24-hour nurses, she could have hired staff, a team, mentors, etc., to be present, just like a nanny. This is absolutely her fault for exposing other children to this, single mom or not. Period, Pooh. You right. Or is he homeschooled? Because I surely didn't read anything about how he's being educated. I don't know, but when I get to them documents, I'm gonna let y'all know what it is and what it's not. Like nannies are present for other kids. It's the lack of supervision for me. Right. Like literally, how is that gonna work? How you planning on rendezvousing with your boo and ain't nobody watching the kids, and your son has an issue? That's just crazy. That's crazy. All right, let's get on over to the next one, honey, because I don't know who on God's green earth didn't get the memo out in regards to Tevin Campbell. Like, who didn't know? Like, I want to know.
Look at his face.
Who didn't know? Who didn't know about Tevin? Huh?
Ooh.
I mean, let's be honest, you guys. Let's just call it out, okay? And some of this stuff I'm gonna say allegedly, if we don't really know for sure, like they've never came out and said anything. But I've always said most of the time when you see people that are out and about on these events, the red carpets and et cetera, and they are always by themselves. They are never with someone. Or you never see them posting about a significant other or something like that. That there is a potential that they could be on the other side of the fence and they just don't want to come out in regards to it. We've seen that for many years with Queen Latifah. It wasn't until this past year when she accepted her award with Little Kim and all of them came up there and was, rapping her songs and stuff like that, that she finally said something in regards to her significant other. Okay. And not only that, like for many years we had speculations in regards to MC Lyte until she popped up and got married to the guy that she met online, and then they turned around and got divorced, right? Okay, but he has come out. Yeah. It's still some speculation, Sean.
Well, until she confirms, okay.
Allegedly.
Right.
Right? Okay, but Tevin came out many moons ago, right? And said that he was a trisexual, meaning he would try anything. He would try anything once. That's what he said. Okay.
Except for woman. That's all
right?
I'm saying about it.
Okay. We have had so many guys that have been out here, whether they were singers or actors, that they sung about women and we knew that they like men. Luther, let's be real. Luther always made songs about women, but we knew he was on the other side of the fence. He's never talked about his relationship in regards to a significant other. And if you asked him a question, he would get you together. He had no problems. But now all of a sudden there's some stuff coming out in regards to Tevin coming out because he appeared to react to the Florida's new Don't Say Gay bill, responding to a fan who said he would soon be banned from the state. He said, I live. That's what he told him. So apparently Florida got a bill that's trying to be passed, right, about us not saying the word gay. And this is
that bill is passed, girl.
Oh, they passed the bill? They passed
it. They passed it.
Okay, so they passed the bill, y'all. But how so in the and I know we got allies in here and I want to be politically correct, okay? If you're part of the LGBTQ plus community, G is for what? Gay. How are we not going to say gay?
I mean, it's not like the bill, I don't think is like, don't say the actual word gay. I guess that's what they're saying. They're calling it, but it's a bill like where basically they're saying you're just supposed to be leaving sexuality up out of everything, girl.
So meaning and referring to, don't be using it derogatory like that.
Don't
like,
be using it, period.
Period. That's what I'm saying. We can't say gay at all. Period.
They can say what you said. Oh, they on the other side of the fence. Yeah.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me go to the chat.
Yeah,
okay.
What it's about?
No, ma'am. I'm gonna pick my battles carefully. I told you I'm gonna be really blunt about this whole thing. But come on now, come on. Who's baby girl? Who's confused about Tevin? That's what I would like to know. Yeah, that's not news to you or nothing, right? She said next. I want to know who's surprised. Girl, it's like the brat. Like, sis, we knew you was lesbian when you first came out. Girl, ain't no matter. The brat oozed it. I mean, even in her video with Tyrese when she was on the beach with her bikini on, she looked so uncomfortable in the doggone video. We knew. You never had to say it, brat. We always knew you were. Okay, who's surprised about Queen Latifah? I don't think nobody is surprised about that because she played the hell out of Cleo. Now I'm just
saying. That 20 years ago.
Don't you go talking aloof about Queen Latifah, girl. No, he ain't come out. He is not come out. Let me tell y'all something. He's always been, okay? Always. Okay, when after his transition from under what's the producer's name? Well, I just had a blank, honey, just a blank. But Quincy Jones, when he was little and he was under Quincy Jones, and then he worked with Prince. He did some music with Prince and stuff like that, and then when he started to physically get older, there was a change in him. We all knew it. Like even when you saw the video I'm Ready, you know what I'm saying? It was just certain things and the way that he did things, and you was like, wait a minute, like we didn't know it because we all was small. When he was small, we was small. But when you go back and look at videos, like I do this, y'all, and tell me if I'm wrong. Al B. Sure's videos was suspect to me. Now that I'm older and you go and you catch one of his videos and stuff like that, you be like, why did he used to sing like that? Why did he used to move like that? Same thing with Tevin's videos. When we would see the videos now, I would be like, we should have known from the very start when he was little. We should have known. Yep. not single out gay or anything. They just don't want it discussed, especially in schools. Well, why not have the conversation, Michelle? For I like foolish Floridans, right? Not all of them, but a lot of them. Politicians are just foolish. No, like don't engage in conversation. Okay, right. Karen, no. Okay, no. Like don't engage in conversation about LGBT issues, especially in school. So they don't want them having a conversation about it in school. How are the kids are supposed to learn? How are they supposed to learn about the LGBTQ community? Like during sex education, they don't want to include an LGBTQ. They just want to recognize heterosexual. Even before Cleo, like even before Cleo. Right? Rat looked uncomfortable in a dress she designed for her own damn wedding. She didn't even look like she liked her hair. Oh my God. Florida make you scared to visit. They have so much BS going on. Yep, bet not nobody talk about look. Oh, she's still on the Latifah boo. Oh Lord. Yeah, Patty did out Lufa. Oh God. But some feel by not acknowledging the LGBTQ, those children will struggle even more. The bill also doesn't want suicide awareness discussed either. Well, what the hell is we like? What if you're in a sex education class? You know, and I have these conversations with my kids. Like we talk about LGBTQ community and what they are, what they represent. And, you know, I make my kids take these sex education classes because, you know, sometimes maybe the kids don't feel comfortable talking with you, even though I'm an open book. Like I don't have nothing from my kids. You ask me a question, you're going to get the answer flat out. Because we are in an era now where we don't have the time or even like 2.5 seconds to even try to keep stuff from kids with the Googler. You can Google everything. It just makes no sense to me.
Right. I think they think if you just don't mention it, it'll go away. Girl, y'all crazy.
Florida is basically putting some of the kids at risk because if they speak out at school, their school now has to report it to their parents. Come on. Karen said, no, they think it's going to encourage kids to be, LGBTQ. This is so crazy though. I don't think that, do you guys think that you can encourage a kid to be LGBTQ?
I don't think so.
I don't think that you either are or you not. And I don't think that you can, you know, I don't know. Because I know that we can persuade, like kids are easily persuaded to try stuff. So I get that part, you know, kids always introducing, drugs or, always showing their friends something or saying it's cool and stuff like that. But can you persuade somebody to be LGBTQ? Yeah. I have to pass on that one. I have to pass on it. I don't know. It's, kids know what they like. They know what they don't like. I mean, because many people who are part of the LGBTQ community has always said that they knew that they were different ever since they were little. They knew that they didn't want to date, the opposite. Or they had an interest in certain stuff. Like, I don't think that this was an out for him, for Tevin. He's always revealed his sexuality. He always said he was a trisexual. He never gave himself a heterosexual sticker or a LGBTQ sticker. He said he was a trisexual. He'll try anything once. That's what he said. So this is not new news for none of us. I don't know why people is making a big to-do about it now. He said this when he came out, when he was missing for so many years and everybody started asking about him, and he came on Instagram saying, hey, I'm still out here. I'm still alive. I'm still doing this. And people was asking him questions in the comments, and he answered the question. I'm a trisexual. So there it is. Period. they might go through a phase of curiosity, but you can't persuade somebody. Thank you, Joy. Thank you. Yeah. All right. Woo, child, honey, these topics today. I mean, you know, that's all I got to say in regards to that, because you know, you just leave it as it is. Leave it as it is. Okay, so let's talk about it. You know, we've been following this whole thing with Bill Cosby. I'm pretty sure, did y'all watch the stuff on the show about Bill Cosby, the Playboy docu-series that comes on in regards to Bill Cosby? Have y'all been keeping up with that? I know that we also said that we was going to give you updates about these episodes, so this is our time now. Do you remember where we left off last time, Sean, in regards to the Playboy stuff?
Girl, but so much shit that happened since. Ooh.
It has been a lot of stuff. If you guys are not watching it, the gist of it is this: he was a liar. Hugh Hefner was a liar. He was soliciting to have these young girls who were coming in at the age of 15 on up to be a part of this Playboy Mansion, girl next door type of scenario, where, you know, all of the superstars, they wanted them to come out to these parties. He's going to fill them with everything they want: liquor, drugs and sex. Everybody was around there just being free willy, doing whatever they want to. You were signing your life away if you wanted to be in anything that resorted in the magazine. He started doing porn videos when he was saying that he was still going to keep it classy and next door. He had cameras all around his house so that he could get anybody on tape. And if anything was to ever come out in regards to him doing whatever, he had proof that you was doing it too. Basically, he never filmed himself having sex or doing anything in his bedroom, but his bedroom was full of cameras so that he can catch whoever came in there on camera. He filmed everybody. He had tapes on superstars that came through. I think they showed us a whole bunch of, and one of them was Bill Cosby, and Bill Cosby and him was the best of the best of the best friends. And I wonder why, right? We wonder why. Well, that is the gist of it. There has been murders that occurred in the Playboy Mansion as well. There have been people who have come out in regards, basically every year for, I don't know what, since the 80s, that they had a timeline showing a woman had came out saying that they were getting sexually assaulted and everything at the Playboy Mansion, and stuff was being swept up under the rug. They could never go to the
Brown was around there beating the shit out of women and raping them.
Oh, girl, I was like, what? Yeah, so what was that one? What was the Playboy Mansion on, Sean?
It's on A&E, Jen.
A&E. Hey, sissy. Yes. Sorry, y'all. I'll catch the replay. And okay, you're adulting. Okay, sissy. Yes.
I didn't read Holly's book. I might need to peruse that one, girl.
Yeah, maybe we will have to do some book stuff.
Yeah,
girl, I wonder if it's on Audible.
Mansion. I think, you know, Bill Cosby and Hugh Hefner were such good friends. I don't even know that they were friends. I just think Bill had a place where he could get women, he could sleep with women, he could do all he wanted to without consequence, and he had privacy there. You know?
Yeah.
He didn't have to put on this good facade like he does everywhere else. He could just be himself, which apparently was a damn crook and a rapist, you know.
Well, according to these stories, honey, he was giving them doggone slips in the doggone drinks. Yes.
And he was around there giving them women them quaaludes,
and he was going to town.
Girl, having the time of his life.
And I'm gonna tell you now, as much as I always said that, you know, it was kind of, you know, past the date of trying to convict him. Now, you know, we've talked about this on here on the curve. So, you know, I'm not saying that I never believed these victims. Okay. the stories that they are telling us. Hey, everybody coming in. Hey, Donna. Hey, Eminem. That they're telling these stories and stuff. They got proof. They coming out the boxes that they done got stored in their houses with pictures and all of this stuff. And like, honey, they coming out with proof showing. And a lot of them, the way that he had everything set up, you could not run to the authorities. He had the authority, the cops was in his pockets. He was paying them. So, you know, he had a team that if something was to happen or whatever, you had to call them. Even if you was away and not at the Playboy Mansion, he still did not want you calling the cops. Okay, pulling those receipts, girl. Yes, they was coming out. So these ladies who came out and they have talked about it, I have believed every last one of those ladies, every last one of them. I don't think that they have gave me any inclination, like, you know, the R. Kelly, Survivor R. Kelly. Remember, we had a couple of them that we was like, I don't know about this one. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't none like that on the Playboy Mansion one. So with that being said, you know that Bill Cosby ended up getting out of jail, and they were trying to put him back in there, right? So the Supreme Court declines to revive Bill Cosby prosecution. So they are not going to attempt to have this done again. They're not going to put him back in jail or any of that. And this lady here, she's talking about the whole scenario, and I'll give you the synopsis on it. We are on CNN Politics website. They said that the Supreme Court left in place Monday an opinion by Pennsylvania's highest court that overturned comedian Bill Cosby's sexual assault conviction, rejecting a bid from Pennsylvania prosecutors to review the decision. Because, you know, they wanted him to remain incarcerated. Okay. So Cosby was convicted of aggravated incident assault in 2018 for drugging and sexually assaulting Andrea Constant in his Pennsylvania home in 2004. He was sentenced to 3 to 10 years in a state prison. He was released from prison in June after the state Supreme Court overturned his sexual assault conviction on the grounds that his due process rights had been violated. The Pennsylvania State Supreme Court justices said in their opinion that a former Montgomery County District Attorney decision to not prosecute Cosby in 2005 in return for his deposition in a civil case was ultimately used against him at trial. In a statement on behalf of Cosby and his family, publicist Andrew Wyatt praised the justices for following the rules of law and protecting the constitutional rights of all American citizens. So basically, they was like, no, we're not revisiting this. They found an error that was made, and they're going by what they need to do in order to correct this. Let's hear what the lady has to say. Let's hope this keep going. It's low.
GoldenNuggetCasino.com delivers the best online
Okay, let me see what y'all saying. Good. Stop beating a dead horse, please and thanks. Hey, done that. Good evening. A grown-ass woman who got high regularly, you know what? I'ma shut up and just listen. Okay.
Overturning his sexual assault conviction, ruling his due process rights were violated. Back with me now, Cosby accusers Joan Tarcich and also Shalon Lasha. Mark Strecker is with us as well. He is Ms. Lasha's attorney. So again, it's good to have all of you on. Shalon, let me start with you. I'm thinking back to that powerful New York Magazine cover featuring 35 Cosby accusers. Yes. Do you remember that cover?
Yes.
So what does today mean for women in other cases coming out, speaking out in the future?
I think that we opened the world for everybody. As well as this has been painful, it's been powerful. And I'm excited to be a part of all the fabulous women that I've met and how we stood strong and bonded together and how it's brought others to bond together to stand up for themselves also.
Mark, thank you for sitting by patiently. I want to bring you in now. One thing the Pennsylvania Supreme Court makes clear is that there can be.
Well, wait a minute. Why do you say it's a smear campaign at this point? I'm checking out these comments, right? So why do you say that? I mean, the women that they showed on this magazine is the majority of the women that was bringing forth these documents and stuff in the Playboy Mansion in regards to some, not all of them, but some of the women that Cosby was messing around with. They were in that on that magazine. Remember the lady with the afro? She was on there, right, Sean? Who else was on there that I could remember that was in the Playboy thing? And in the documentary for Bill Cosby, all of those women were shown, if I'm not mistaken, too.
Yeah, it's like we need to, what's the name of that documentary? We need to talk about Bill Cosby or something like that.
Right. We need to talk about Bill Cosby was the name of it. That was a good documentary and it was well put together and he had a timeline. He had a timeline for when each woman came out and they were broadcast on TV coming out saying something in regards to them being sexually assaulted by him.
Yeah, Bill, I mean, Bill did this. I think he probably, of course he got away with it because he's smart. He drugged them up. Some of these women don't even remember this happening. So they just remember getting drugged and waking up in the bed. Like one lady said she woke up bleeding from her booty.
Yeah.
So, Bill was going around drugging these women and sleeping with them, and all of them weren't like prostitutes and did drugs. He manipulated a lot of them. I believe it, but also I think they waited too long to come out, and it's too late now. Unfortunately, it's too late. So
the only one that the only one that they were able to stick was the Miss Constant, the lady. That was the only one he was able to get prosecuted on.
And he shouldn't have got prosecuted for her because in 2005 when she came out, she decided, I don't know if she decided or they didn't have proof, I'm not sure, but they're saying the reason why this case got thrown out is because they told him, if you talk about this in a civil trial, we're not going to charge you criminally. But then they came back later and decided they want to try him criminally. You can't do that once you make an agreement.
Right. Yeah. So this is why they're not going to revisit it. And this is what the lady was talking about and stuff like that. This is 5 minutes worth. I don't think I want to listen to the whole 5 minutes, but I thought maybe she was going to get into some of like the incidents and stuff that occurred with her because she was one of the ladies as well. I remember her. She was one of the ladies as well. But they're not going to revisit this. We're not going to keep paying court money and stuff for all of this whole stuff now. We knew.
They're probably going to do civil. They're going to just keep
right. They probably do civil, but everybody knew because he had people that was bringing these ladies to him at the office on the sets and stuff like that. Y'all really got to get into that stuff. Go check out that documentary. Like they were telling everything that was going on. And it was a lot of people that was saying like, why didn't people know? How could they not know? How could they not know when it was certain people bringing these young ladies to him? And then he would turn around and go to the Playboy Mansion and stuff like that and be inviting these Playboy bunnies out on the town and telling them, oh, we finna go to this whatever party I would like for you to go. And she would be like, okay, because Playboy bunnies are supposed to entertain even outside of the house of the Playboy Mansion. And then he would take them back to their house and give them a drink. Well, we're just going to stop in here for a minute or whatever, have a drink, and then we'll bounce and go. And then they wake up booty butt ass naked in the bed next to him and stuff like that, wondering how the fuck they got there. So I don't disbelieve what these women are saying. I just wish they would have came forth long ago.
Yeah.
And it's sad. Yeah, and it's sad because we always considered him as the huckster. That's what he portrayed himself to be. You know what I'm saying? And that kind of era and stuff like that. But you know, them the ones that always get you anyway. Them the ones that it's always the ones you don't think was doing that stuff and they doing this stuff. What was some of the other stars that used to come to that Playboy Mansion? Like what you said, the one guy's name, we didn't even know he was doing that. He was a football star, right?
Tim Brown was over there, and somebody said they walked in on him beating a woman and had her on some type of chair beating. I don't know why he was beating that one, but he was all over the damn mansion, just beating the shit out of
these women and had them on this. I forgot the name of the chair, but the chair. Yes, hey, my red bird. It was a chair that had a dildo attached to it.
Yes, girl. It was a lot of sadistic stuff going on in that house. Girl, that house probably need to be burnt down, Lord.
Down to the ground.
Hey, Lisa.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So
yes, it was a whole. I don't like believing this stuff about everybody, but a lot of them are guilty, girl.
This right here, this was true. I believe it. I didn't have not one of them ladies that I did not believe. Girl. That came out in that documentary. Okay.
I'm like, sir, and he's definitely got some mental issues, because my thing is, y'all, a lot of them, y'all going around here beating and drugging these women, and they would do it willingly. You have no reason to do it. Not every woman, but you always have a woman that's willing to do it willingly just to be with a superstar.
But there was one lady that was on there who said that she had been friends with Bill for many years. Yeah. She was like, we were friends. Like, we never had anything like remotely sexual going on between us. We literally knew each other because we used to work together in the same circles. And one day he invited her out for dinner or something. And he stood her up. Like, he told her to meet her somewhere, he didn't come. And so she was like, I can't believe that he did that to me and then whatever. And then he called her up a few days later and kind of, apologized and was like, hey, can you meet me up there? How many times he stood her up before he finally met with her? Twice? I think he stood her up twice. And then on the third time, he had her come. He was like, I'm sorry for this, that, and the third. And then turned around and slipped her damn Mickey and had her laid out. She just knew that her vagina area hurt. Well, that was the chick that bled everywhere, right?
That was bleeding out of her.
Yes.
And just doing unnecessary stuff. It's like, yeah, Lisa, that's what we talking about. We believe those ladies. Their stories were, it's terrible, but
they probably couldn't get off.
I think, and in the 70s and 80s, I don't think Bill saw nothing wrong with it. I think he just felt like I think he's a narcissist or a sociopath. That's why I say him and Hugh weren't friends. They probably called themselves friends and people thought they were friends, but trust and believe there was some reciprocity going on. If neither one of them wasn't getting nothing out of that relationship, they wasn't gonna fool with each other. And Bill, because that lady said that Hugh wanted fame and all of that. He wanted stars in there. So Bill gave him that, and Hugh gave him a place to do all his bullshit without consequence.
Yeah, there it is. That's it. Just say it. Yes. Yeah, what did she say? They probably couldn't get off when they were with a woman who could move. Yeah, probably. Probably nobody wanted to sleep with Bill like that. Shit.
I mean, Bill ain't sexy to me, but he was a star of that time,
Right, Yeah, it was a sex chair, Joy, yeah, with the dildo attack. Yeah.
A freaky deaky shit child on. Damn.
Girl. And what are you getting pleasure out of that from? You ain't even the damn dildo attached to the chair. What the fuck you feeling?
But but you know what? I think after a while, people becoming so desensitized when it comes to sex. They be getting bored. They just be out there doing any damn thing. Like
Yeah,
they was making some of the women get drugged up and sleep with a damn dog and stuff. They was just doing all
yeah.
crazy shit.
They was doing the most. They was doing the most. Like what? Y'all was so coked up and doped up that y'all was just out here telling them to sleep with the wilderness. What kind of crazy shit is that?
I'm like,
yeah. Bill and Hefner were ugly ass old ass men.
Right, Sharon. I'm like, yeah, well.
Oh God.
That's very true. They were.
Girl, just a whole mess. All right, let's get into it. If y'all didn't catch Uncensored with Keisha Cole, to me, y'all really didn't miss nothing. Okay. Did y'all Did y'all see the post that I made on the curb while I was watching it late night? And I said, what in the hell? Like, Keisha spazzed out to me, like, it kind of not as bad, but it reminded me of Kanye when he did the interview with, on the Drink Champs. It was something like that. It was like, the stories really didn't connect. She didn't finish. Like, she was like, oh Lord, let me tell you, let me do Keisha when she was out there talking about Booby. Booby is her ex-man. She was like, we met through a mutual friend, and he was wowing me and doing everything. We had a good time, and then everything just kind of went left when he started cheating on me and stuff like that, and I was just like, well, hey, hold on, what's going on and stuff like that. But I'm just saying, he's a nice man. He, I'm trying to do better about what I say. He's a nice man. He has a good relationship with his son. Like, she was about to tell us the tea, and then she pivoted on the he's a good man route. You know what I'm saying? Even though he was cheating on you multiple times throughout your marriage. That's pretty much how it was going. And in addition, she talked about Frankie a little bit more than everything else. And it was just, I don't feel like they were complete. It was complete thoughts. I think she was a little bit all over the place. And it just left me there like, why did I waste, more than 10 minutes on this? I gave this more than, I was halfway through this. I gave it way more than 10. Y'all know I'm really good. 10 minutes and that's it. And then the part that she talked about Eve, about, somebody grabbed Eve or whatever, she slapped him up or whatever real quick, and then Eve didn't want to talk. That was a snippet. That wasn't even a full scene in the interview where she talked about the situation. It was like a snippet part. And the person who was the producer of this was Tammy Roman, y'all. Tammy Roman. So, it was just all right. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be. Y'all have to tune into it for your own selves in regards to that. What you say, Joy? But she said she wasn't trying to say anything bad about her son's father. Yes, she did. But she didn't tell us anything about her life. What did we get out of her life? Because mostly everything we got was from the tabloids. We know everything. You was with who the girl from The Real with now, and he played you left. You beat up some chick at Birdman's house. You egged Bow Wow's car, allegedly. Like we know everything from the tabloids. You telling us the uncensored stuff, you didn't tell us nothing. I mean, hell. Lisa Ray told us way more stuff in her uncensored. She told us everything, basically. Keisha ain't tell us a damn thing. She ain't tell us nothing.
I mean, what do you feel like she should tell us that we don't already know?
It's called Uncensored. So
there ain't nobody been uncensored. That's why I don't watch it. It be boring as hell. But I'm just saying, what?
When Lisa Ray came on, Lisa Ray said, I had to slap a couple of them. She told us the stories of how it went down. Like, she gave us information, right? But Keisha, on the other hand, didn't tell us nothing. She basically talked about Frankie and how she, you know, she was trying to do her best to get over it. She didn't want to go back to rehab anymore. Now, those were thought out process thoughts. She did good with that. Okay. And I agree. Uncensored don't never tell. That's why I had to stop taping it, because it was just to be like, I sat here and watched the whole hour worth of this stuff and didn't get nothing out of it. I get more in the tabloids than I do when I get that. But I really do think like she could have went into the stories and kind of gave us a little bit
You want
more,
a little more background.
a little bit in depth about it. I mean, you bringing it up. We know that you had the show. She did tell us when she was on her reality show, and then she went to the Love and Hip Hop franchise, that she wanted it to be light and airy, that she didn't want, but she had to learn kind of like the hard way, because this wasn't her show, it was everybody's show. So it made it seem like she was kind of saying, and when she got over there, she was a diva, you know, and she was trying to be like, you know, she the star of the shit, and it wasn't like that, and she had to quickly learn or whatever. But right. I mean, you know, that she really didn't give us that much. This is why, and I have to agree with Sean, this is why I don't watch Uncensored. But you know what caught me was the whole situation with her and Eve. That's what made me tune in, only to get to the part, and it was just a snippet. You know how they go to commercial and come back, and then it'd be them talking to her, and she was like, yeah, Eve, she don't mess with me because, you know, somebody grabbed her purse and I laid hands on them, and she was just like, what are we doing? Keisha got issues. And then it went to commercial again, and then it came back, and then we was on something else. So that's what I spent my whole time, a whole half of the doggone hour, waiting for that little snippet. I was mad as hell. I was just like,
and
what
they
the
cold-blooded. Look, they got Eve picture up there and everything. They really are using Eve to promote this damn show. And
girl, that's the only way you gonna go get some views, because I swear for God, I wasn't trying to check in for nothing else. I swear for God, I was not. But she said Eve, I was like, oh. They need to
Eve fell out,
girl. Joyce said they need to rename the show Recap of My Life. Maybe we'll get a little bit more. Shantae said Eve was fake for that, though. If that's how it went, but it has to be more to the story, because that's mad weird.
Well, no, Eve was thinking, you know, I can't roll with you because you're too volatile. You're going to get me sued or some shit. Because Eve was the big name back then. Keisha wasn't popping yet. So she knew that if, you know, Keisha beat the shit out of somebody, people going to be like, well, she was with Eve, and Eve was going to wind up sued or something. And I think that's what Keisha said. Keisha came back and said, I understood now why she did that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well,
I mean, I think it was too far to just stop fooling with her. So I'm like, damn, did you beat the girl up bad or something?
Shantae said Eve face don't promote shit. Them days long gone. Her name don't ring no bells. Oh my God.
Oh, bloody.
Oh my God.
Well, look, Michelle, that's why 6 tuned in. It's because she thought it was gonna be some teeter. And it wasn't, you know.
This was the only thing that we have never heard.
Right, right.
I was going for the curve. I was going to get the tea for the curve. Like, okay, she's about to tell me this incident about Eve and her, because we never heard this story. Have you ever heard this story?
Never.
Never.
They was friends. Hell, so
I didn't either. I didn't either. Oh my God. Now Eve from Philly and was a stripper, the illest vicious pit bull in a skirt. Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was. Yeah,
I mean, this is what Keisha was saying, that Eve was, you know, she didn't want that type of image out there about her, and she didn't want to get sued.
Right. So this is what she said. There was a thing that happened with Eve. We're walking out, somebody grabbed her bag or something like that, and I kind of turned around and slapped the girl. It was like, girl, what is you doing? Back up. Eve was really pissed off about that. Like, we stopped hanging out and everything. She was like, I can't hang with Keisha. Like, she can't be slapping people. So, you know.
You can't be around here slapping folks, Keisha.
Wait a minute. Now y'all know we done had this conversation before. If VIP is out and we go to Vegas or something and something pop off, you liable to get these hands from multiple people in the VIP. Like that's what it's supposed to be. So she wasn't doing nothing out of the ordinary, in my personal opinion, because she from the streets. That's the code of the street. You mess with one, you mess with all. But I get what Eve is saying as well. I'm not knocking that, because I'm pretty sure that Eve know the street rule too, but now she's famous. It's a whole different scenario.
I agree with Joy. That means they were not close friends. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess Keisha learned the hard way. She wasn't as close as she thought. Right. Wait a minute. Okay, it's something missing. Eve should have rocked with her more for that. It's loyalty. Something's missing, right? That type of image, that was her damage. The fuck? Yes. She hung out with the Rough Riders, DM fucking X. Come on now. They weren't close friends then. Eve ain't saved that shit. Fuck out of here.
I mean, that might have been Keisha's interpretation. Maybe Eve had a different reason for not fooling with her no more. Who knows? You know.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, you're right. It doesn't make sense. I mean, to me, that would have been a conversation. Like, look at her, girl. You can't be slapping folks because I'm not having no lawsuits. You know.
But that's just a conversation you say behind closed doors. Right, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
Like, you know, that's supposed to, if y'all supposed to be friends and stuff, you pull your friend to the side, you say, look here, girl, like, for real now. This not what we do. This not what we do.
Right. So
crazy is what crazy does. Right? Then Keisha dumb. You cold-blooded. Right. Oh my God. All right, y'all, let's get into it. Let's talk about something that's not really we need to talk about. I mean, because I'm pretty sure everybody knew that this was gonna come to an end. As soon as they put Gabriella, what I call her, son, I was calling her
Gabrielle. Her name is Garcelle.
As soon as y'all put Garcelle on the show, I was like, where's y'all trying to go? Where's y'all trying to go?
Well, you know, they're saying that this is a rumor. Now, they're not saying this is confirmed. I know everybody has been reporting it, but they are saying it's a rumor. It's not officially canceled yet.
I just want to know how it stayed on this long. And for those who don't know, we're talking about the rumor about the real being canceled. And all I know is when Tamar left, I did too. I ain't seen the show since.
Well, you ain't watched since season 1 then.
Basically.
I mean, I'm assuming people watch it. I don't watch that, girl. About 1 o'clock when they come on, I'll be watching Judge Mathis. But, you know, I guess some people watch them.
Yeah, I mean, and if they do get canceled, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised, and I'm surprised that they lasted this long because there is absolutely nothing on there worth watching.
You don't like you get it? Girl chat?
They don't be chatting about shit. That ain't the girl chats I be trying to have. They don't be talking about a damn thing.
You don't want to hear about Jenny's breastfeeding journey and
fuck Jenny and her damn breast, bitch. If you would have had kids early on, you was claiming you didn't want to have no kids. Now all of a sudden you were Jeezy and you done popped out a baby. You want to tell us all about your experience? Fuck that. No.
You know, I get it. She was with somebody, obviously, that she wasn't in love with, or she didn't feel comfortable with having a baby. Then she got hold of Jeezy and she said, "Oh, I'm popping out a baby now."
Well, she knew that before she married that man and wasted all them motherfucking years with him.
Oh, well.
I'm just keeping it real. That's my own personal opinion. Y'all can come from me if y'all want to. But she knew she didn't want to have no kids. And from the way everything appeared to be, she didn't want to be with that man either. She didn't want to marry him. She knew and everybody was saying the word on the curve for 1,800 years when she had a thing for black men.
Oh, well.
But you turn around and you married a white man. You knew damn well you didn't want white meat, you wanted dark meat.
Oh, God.
I'm just saying, where am I wrong? Please tell me where I'm wrong. They've been saying this about Jeannie for umpteen hundred years. She been in the damn entertainment business. She was a dancer of some sort or whatever. She was been around the entertainers for all these years. She always wanted somebody black.
Girl, I don't know. But Sharon say she can't stand them heifers.
Oh, oh, she said fake Lonnie, previously thirsty Jenny, and cheating ass Adrian. Wait a minute, cheating ass Adrian. Why you say she cheating? Allegedly. Why?
I think they were saying that Adrian's husband was married when they got together or still in a relationship or something like that.
So that was the word on the curb, that he was previously married when he got with her and he really wanted to be with her and that he filed for divorce to marry her.
Yes, girl.
Now that's the rumor, allegedly.
Yeah,
and she denies that is how everything happened.
Yeah, that's why I was gonna say. Of course, they would deny it, but that is what they say happened. I mean,
Tante say the black girl ain't funny. Jeannie Ma is low key racist and weird. The cheetah girl is an airhead, and Garcelle should go take her actress money and vacation permanently in Haiti.
Look at her. You know what, Michelle? I don't think Garcelle got the money to be running off to Haiti because she's working this show. She's working on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, I think. You know, she got some other job. That girl out here working. She need that coin,
girl. That even the chat is saying that Jeannie always wanted chocolate. Look, yeah, she wanted some black pipe and she needed a bag since the show getting canceled. That's what happened.
Well, you know, they were saying that's why, like Michelle said, she's low-key racist. They were saying she like fetishizes black men. You know, she wanted them back then. She made some type of comment where she say she wanted some pipe, as they say, but not a relationship. So, you know.
And all I got to say is she knew she didn't want to marry that white man. She should not have married him. She knew that's not what she wanted.
I mean, they were together 10 years. I'm not going to say she didn't want to marry him, but I think over the years she might have learned, oh, this ain't what I wanted, you know.
She knew damn well she didn't want to marry him. She knew it.
She with her boo now, so.
And now they done took Jeezy's street cred from him because he didn't marry her ass. Allegedly. Child, just too much, too little. I ain't gonna miss it if it don't ever come on. If it do stay on, I still ain't turn it in. Okay, I'm just letting y'all know it ain't shit you can tell me gotta make me want to tune in to their asses. Even when they had the girl on there that was supposed to be accusing Nicki Minaj's husband of rape at that time, that's the only time I even watched part of that damn show was then. You heard? That was it.
Wasn't all that either. It was still not given.
Yes, it was not.
So
not given at all. Giving on all. Let's get into it because I want to know. Hey, Trouble T, yes, singing it. I want to know who in the hell is telling Kaepernick to still be practicing so he get in the NFL. So, okay, look. I don't know what the hell is going on. Okay, I don't know what the hell is going on. But Cap, they fired you from the NFL for some bullshit. And you still, you know, this is the rumors that he's still trying to get back in. Why? Why though? Why you want to go back to an organization that ain't even, they still don't want people bending on knee. They still don't. Why do you want to go back there? I pray that that's not what he's doing. Yeah, you say that too. I hope that's not what it is. But let's go ahead and listen. Read this. What TMZ is saying. It's been nearly 6 years since Kaepernick took a snap in the NFL, but the quarterback said on Thursday he's still working to make it back. So they're saying he's trying to come back. The 34-year-old made an announcement on social media page while sharing a video of one of his latest workouts. In the clip, Kaepernick can be seen dropping back on a football field, rolling to his right, throwing the pass several yards downfield. ESPN's Adam, I don't know how to say, Setcher, reported following the video's release that a source close to Cap says the ex-49ers star is currently in the best shape of his life. He wants to play. He's ready to play. He will be a great fit for the team with a quarterback vacancy to fill who want to win the Super Bowl. He wants back in.
I mean, that's understandable. I mean, I get what you're saying, but you know, when you worked hard for something pretty much your whole life, and that's been your dream. I mean, and he's still able to play. He don't want to give it up. I understand that.
Why would you want to work for an organization that was banning your right to basically?
So you can play the game.
You had a stance. You had a stance on something.
Right.
You had a stance on something. That's like taking his freedom of speech away to me, in my own personal opinion. You told him to shut up and sit the fuck down.
They still love that game, girl.
And then you want to come back to an organization who still is not even entertaining your ass. They ain't saying nobody been coming out looking at him practice and thinking about no interest in him.
Yeah.
Shantae, this is what the article is saying. He never stated he wanted to come back. Plus, word is he was offered something to come back and he declined. He wants to pursue his own shit. Well, that ain't what this article saying. Make it back doesn't mean make it back to their league, not play for them. I don't know. This is what it make it sound like he wants to come back to the NFL. They said that he will be a great fit for the teams with a quarterback vacancy to fill who want to win a Super Bowl. I just think this is ludicrous. This is crazy as fuck. And y'all still need to have a conversation because y'all still got some shit going on in the damn NFL that ain't right. That's a whole nother discussion for real. Because this don't make no sense to me. I never take my ass back to the organization to try to get up on not a goddamn thing. You heard me, not a goddamn thing. All right, let's go and talk about it. Let's talk about it. So Jussie Smollett has been found guilty and he is going to serve 150 days in prison and 30 months probation. What say you, Sean?
I agree with Michelle that I think the punishment did not fit the crime. I feel like the sentence was too heavy-handed and completely unnecessary. I do feel like if he would have been not a person of color, he wouldn't have got no jail time. I do think he should be punished if they had proof that he lied, but jail time to me was too much.
Yeah.
That's what I feel.
I agree. I think he should have got probation for that shit. But the only reason why they wanted to put him in jail is because of the amount of money they lost during this whole thing. That's really what it was.
Pay the money back.
That's what I would have said. Make them pay restitution.
Right. I mean, I didn't think he what he did. Do you know how many dang on, and no offense to nobody in here, but do you know how many white women done accused different races of raping, molesting them, and ain't got a consequence at all? Mm-hmm. Emmett Till's family is asking for that lady that accused him to be convicted. Accused him to be tried for murder now. You think they're gonna do it? Absolutely not.
Ain't she dead?
Yeah, but they still want it. Whoa, thanks. But somebody, Michelle, come up here to get her. Lord.
You just want to slap murder on her name for the rest of her life. That's all.
Because I think they want that in the history books.
Okay, well then slap that shit in the history books because that bitch is dead. Oh my God. Oh God, girl, I agree with y'all. I don't think that that this jail thing fits the crime of the liarization. He's claiming he didn't lie. He said he did not lie. He is saying that, honey, as he is walking out the court.
Joy says she's still alive, Six.
Oh, she is still alive. I thought that broad had died.
Oh,
I thought she died after she came out and said that she lied.
Girl, Joy says she's still alive, girl.
Girl. Well then.
Yeah, you know, Michelle, even the lady that accused Chris Brown just now, you think they're gonna prosecute her? I mean, he didn't get a criminal charge though, because they said they didn't have proof, so probably not. But even if he did, I don't think they.
I mean, he said he's asking for an apology. I'm petty. I would turn around and slap a lawsuit on her ass for lying.
Now, Joy says she is 88 years old. Her name is Carolyn Bryant.
Okay. Yeah.
So she ain't dead. Okay, well, that's good to know. Thanks for that, Joy.
Yes, that's good to know. Oh, okay. So GMP said, so what the suicide outburst, so he wouldn't go to the general population right away. Well, let's listen to it and then we go into it, Jen. Let's talk about it. Let's listen to what he said.
I am not suicidal. I am not suicidal, and I am innocent. I could have said that I was guilty a long time ago.
Okay, so he said he was not suicidal. He could have said he was guilty a long time ago. He also was saying if something happened to him while he was locked up, he was not trying to kill himself. Something happened to him. So basically, he just putting it out there because he feel like somebody is trying to come after him in regards to this whole situation of throwing him in jail when he's saying that he is not, you know, he is not lying about this thing. Seeming mentally unstable gets you in a secure ward. Oh, okay. So you think that that's what he's going for?
Yeah, that's what I think. No, I don't think that. I think what Joy and Michelle is saying is that shit, Black people have a tendency to die mysteriously in jail with no consequences to nobody, you know. You know, you can be in there, ain't got nothing to hang yourself with, but they talking about you hung yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so I get what he's saying. I don't know what that's gonna get him. I personally think that he gonna be at the county jail. The county jail is probably brimming over with people, child. They need to let that man out of there. That's what they need to do. Let him out. The cop was saying he was being, I mean, not the cop, the judge gave a long speech and saying he was being narcissistic and set back race relations. He ain't set back shit. You know, he ain't set back a damn thing. You know, the killings of unarmed Black men is what's setting us back. The lack of punishment is what's setting us back. The unequal justice system is setting us back, not that, you know.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't think that he should be going to jail. And, you know, I really do think that he's just trying to put it out there because he think that something is going to happen to him when he get locked up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the punishment fit the crime. And I think if he was a different race, he wouldn't even got jail time. So, you know.
Joy says she don't think that he's going to serve the whole time.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Joy, because usually if you go down to the county, if you in there for something nonviolent, they usually release you pretty quick, you know?
Yeah.
Shit, look how fast they let. I think, remember when Khloe Kardashian went to jail? Shit, they let her out within a few hours.
Wait a minute, Khloe went to jail? When did that broad go to jail?
Shit, that was some years ago. And, you know, in California, they don't be keeping celebrities in jail. But, you know, he up in Chicago. I don't know how they roll over there, girl. Them damn.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you know, I know that their justice, I mean, you know, they jails are strict as hell. They keep your ass locked up.
Girl. Well, speaking of somebody being locked up.
Girl, who else locked up? Lord.
We throw Stevie J in jail for this shit that he did.
Baby is are you trying to get publicity for your uncensored coming on this weekend? Because
oh God. He be doing too much. Wait a minute, let me get to these comments before we start talking about Stevie J, and then we going straight into Pat just say Jack, and then we ending. We gotta end on a good note, on the laugherization. We gotta live on a laugherization. You heard me? I think he is saying it so he could be put into a safer place. I'm saying I understand and agree about the mysterious deaths. The outburst was to hopefully keep himself as safe as possible. They will keep him by himself and 24-hour watch, hopefully. Oh, okay, yeah. I got it, Jen. Chloe went to jail, right? Y'all, let's talk about Stevie J, honey, because Stevie J is a pervert to me at all sense.
And he looks like he looked like oh, Jen, to answer your question, yes, back in 2007 she was arrested for a DUI, and she went to turn herself in, girl, and was turned right back around, turned around.
They took her in the front door, let her out the back.
Right, exactly.
Damn it to hell. And let me just clarify, I'm not saying that Stevie is a pedophile. I don't think that he'd be messing around with
but he's a pervert.
But he's a pervert.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
yeah, I agree.
Are you able to play this? Because if you see his face, I'm like, oh, you just make my skin
girl, I couldn't even watch it. Let me see if I can pull it up on a different thing, because I couldn't even watch the whole thing because the way he kept looking at the camera, then told the interviewer, "You're a beautiful black woman," you know?
Yeah.
I was like, what?
I never understood the appeal of him. Even when I first started watching Love and Hip Hop, when Mimi and Jocelyn used to be fighting over him, I was like, hell no, what y'all fighting for?
Girl, this was just a whole shit show, and I was just like, OMG, what the hell?
No, Stevie. No, Stevie.
Girl, just a damn shame. I'm trying to see if they're gonna let me pull it up on this TMZ. Let's see if TMZ gonna be good. You better be good to me. Let's see. I was proud of Faith on The Masked Singer. She has been through it, and I don't give a fuck why.
Aleve X pain relieving spray.
Why the fuck she even married people?
Precision targeted pain relief.
Nobody knows why she married him. Like, what did you see in him? Like, and you trying to tell me that he conned you into marriage so good, like he sweet talked your panties off and made your ass be like, yes, let's go to Vegas and do this?
Girl, I think people, like, they just be lonely. They be lonely. They be desperate, you know?
All I got to say is drugs is a hell of a drug, okay? Them drugs is a hell of a drug, because allegedly, y'all know that she has been known to be using drugs, and he was a drug user too, especially when he was with Jocelyn, and they was having a threesome with Mimi, like all of this stuff. They say, and that is what all of this connection is all about. Them drugs, honey, them drugs.
Girl, in that video, he looked zooted. He looked high to me.
Girl, I'm just saying.
Ew, Stevie.
She said he makes my skin crawl. He's going to be that old dude that wanted to take Jada out and set it off.
Right, Joy, just the old damn pervert.
Oh God, she is still so heartbroken over Biggie. She was just lonely, and the drugs didn't help her choice making skills. You think she lonely over Biggie?
Girl, I don't know, but I know Faith, she needs to make better choices, because girl, when she married Stevie J, on top of that, he was Biggie's homeboy. That's just weird.
Weird AF. I don't think that she is still going through no motions in regards to Big. I really don't. Because you didn't give a damn about Big when you slept with Pop.
Oh. Well.
And this was during the time of the beeferization between the two. But we got pictures of you and Pop, your homegirl, Trench, and a couple of other rappers in the video in the picture too. After that was the same night of the rendezvous. And let's go even deeper, because I ain't even got to say allegedly to this, because we even got the motherfucking video of you in the damn studio singing the hook to the song, to Tupac's song, the night of the alleged sleeperization. I don't think she got no remorse for the shit, because she been lying to us the whole goddamn time. You lied and said you ain't never slept with Pop. You wrote a damn book about it saying that you didn't never sleep with Pop. When Big died and people was asking you about it, you said you never slept with Pop. That last documentary we saw about you, you said you didn't sleep with Pop. When you was at Stevie J up there listening to that bullshit, he know your ass was lying. You been lying the whole damn time. You lied on motherfucking Drink Champs about it too. When you gonna ever tell the damn truth about it, Faith? I'll wait. I don't think she got no remorse about the shit. She been lying about this whole thing. And not even trying to be funny. The word on the curb is everybody know who got Biggie, who shot Biggie. She even say she knew when she got interviewed on Drink Champs. He asked him, Nori asked her, do you know who killed Biggie? She said yes. Everybody know who killed Biggie. Just like everybody know who killed Pop. So I don't think she got no remorse about this whole shit. I think she mourned him, yes. As a husband and father to her kids and her having a relationship with him, she didn't want to see him die. But that bra been high out of her mind, high in the sky, the whole damn time. She been doing some ruthless ass shit. She was playing with fire. She knew it. Exactly, Joy. High as hell. Like her regret. Yeah, I don't think she regretted. Like I said, drugs make you choose. Choice making skills go down the toilet. It can only mask the truth for so long. Yeah, but when she gonna tell the truth? That's when I'm waiting on. Because we got the proof. We got the videos and the damn pictures. We got the proof. We got the people who saw you go in the hotel with Pop that night.
Faith say, deny till you die.
I guess she will. And the way she keep playing Russian roulette, she better get it together. Because this was the wrong thing to do, was to mess around with a Stevie damn J. And I just say allegedly all of this shit that I just came to y'all with proof about. I say allegedly, but yeah, I really don't want to say allegedly to none of this. We got clips, we got pictures, and we got people saying that they saw. We even got the video when she picked him up in the damn drop top Benz or whatever the fuck she was driving. She picked Pop up. I'm just saying, keep it real. But let's go ahead and listen to Stevie J moans and grounds, honey. I'm just saying, let's get on into it. Yeah.
I'm saying you're a beautiful black woman.
Thank you.
Look at you. I'm honest. You know what I'm saying? I'm with my best friend, Pup. I'm
right
back with my I'm at the Star Island right now. If you
I'm not
wait a minute, did he say he was at Pop House?
Yep, he said he at Star Island, yes.
Wait a minute. Puffy, you in this again? You in this again, Puffy? You won't stop having these parties at your damn bungalows, will you? Will you? The fuck? Child.
Yeah, I'm not. It's going down. How's this right here?
Yep, Stevie.
You see this body right here?
Hold on, wait. It's a hand right there. Hold on. Stevie, why am I in bed with you right now?
No, you said you want to
You're a distraction. You're a distraction. We trying to talk.
No, you're a distraction.
No, you're a distraction. We're talking about you. Pick the camera up.
Where do you want me to take the camera to?
Where do you want him to take the camera to?
Not down.
Okay, and this was only snippets, okay, because was this the whole clip? Because I thought the other clip might have been showing a little bit more than this, but this is probably good enough. This is all I could take.
That's how they showed, like, for that we saw the hand and him
right
up there like, sir. Now, nobody wants to see this shit.
The hell? Wait a minute, just say, wait, what? Rewind, what? He was high as hell. Yes, maybe Diddy will start going by P. Heffy, okay? Puffy, a whole house need to be in the Clorox explosion. Girl, I'm trying to tell you, everything be at Puffy house. Everybody having these shenanigans at Puffy house. The hell? Child. And why you doing all of this on camera and your divorce ain't even final yet? Like,
I mean, especially during an interview, sir.
Girl. This don't make me want to go check out his uncensored. I'm sorry.
It turned me off from checking it out. I'm like, ooh, you nasty, sir.
Okay. All the way. All the
You're
way.
nasty. Yeah, just
I cannot. You heard me. I cannot. And on that note, let's go right on into Pat Sajak. So y'all, Sean.
Oh, Pat Sajak is a savage. Do you hear me, girl? I almost started watching Wheel of Fortune this week.
Girl, Pat Sajak about to have us all watching Wheel of Fortune so we can get a dare at some of his clapbacks, honey. He is over there tripping, right? Wait a minute. So Puffy whole house need to be in Clorox explosion. Y'all act surprised. Crackheads don't do shit right. Right, Jerome? But honey, if y'all ain't heard, y'all missing the tea on Pat Sajak. Y'all might need to scurry on over to Wheel of Fortune to catch an episode or two. Because honey, he was up here clowning on people. Now I'm gonna read this article because they do got a little clipping of this whole shenanigans and stuff. And I want us to watch the clip. But I gotta give you the damn just to everything. So usually, and this is on air with Ryan Seacrest. This is on air.com, iHeart.com, where you can find this article at. So usually Wheel of Fortune host Pat Sajak is charming and supportive of the contestants as any game show host should be. But lately, that persona has slipped a bit and viewers have seen another side of the longtime host. Last year, many Wheel of Fortune watchers felt Pat should resign for allegedly making fun of a contestant's lips. Okay, a few months before that, he had an icy exchange with a player over a bad pun, and that came just a few weeks after he called a contestant ungrateful. Now Sajak is back in hot water after Wednesday's episode. On it, the host introduced Scott. I don't even want to break up his name, so we're just going to call him Scott I, an improv teacher from Upland, California. Pat asked Scott about his job, but just a few words into Scott's answer, Sajak cut him off saying, "I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. What did you say?" It led to some awkward laughter from the audience. As the conversation went on, Pat looked at his note card and with a look of frustration remarked, "Why am I mentioning this?" He went on to say, "But it's on your card. You had your big toe chopped off. Why are you telling us this?" It's important to know, the teacher explained, that as a 12-year-old, he was riding a bike while wearing flip-flops. He fell off of it and cut the top part of his toe off. The next car that drove by stopped and 2 paramedics happened to be inside. They helped him and he was able to get the toe reattached. He wanted to use his moment in the spotlight to thank them 30 years later. So wait a minute, y'all gotta wait for it. I still want to know if him and Vanna have messed around. No, I don't know. Y'all think they might have been rendezvousing?
Vanna, don't do it.
But let's listen to this whole thing with Pat Sajak, y'all, because this was hilarious.
Yes, but it's on your car. You had your big toe chopped off. Why are you telling this?
Yeah, it's important to know that when I was 12 years old, I was riding a 10-speed bike with flip-flops, and I fell and completely cut off the top of my toe. And the next car that came by were 2 paramedics that were on their way to their job, and they said, it's just a laceration, but I didn't know what that was, so it freaked me out even more. And my toe is reattached, and I just want to say thank you to them 30 years later. Thank you.
That may have been the most pointless story ever told.
Great.
And you told it.
Look at his face. It's red. Damn.
We gotta watch it again. Wait a minute. He stopped the audience. He waved his hand. He was like, wait a minute. Don't laugh at that. We gotta watch this one more time, y'all. And I know it's real low. I cannot turn it up no higher. Everything is turned up. So just tell everybody around you to be quiet so you can hear this a little bit better. But I want to give you another view of this because this shit had me rolling. Okay, rolling.
Yes, but it's on your car. You had your big toe chopped off. Why are you telling this?
Yeah, it's important to know that when I was 12 years old, I was riding a 10-speed bike with flip-flops, and I fell and completely cut off the top of my toe. And the next car that came by were 2 paramedics that were on their way to their job, and they said, it's just a laceration, but I didn't know what that was, so it freaked me out even more. And my toe is reattached, and I just want to say thank you to them 30 years later. Thank you.
That may have been the most pointless story ever told.
Great.
And you told it, Scott. Congratulations, you. Nice to have you.
Pat is a savage. I'm like, why you do that man like that, Pat?
Oh, damn bloody Pat Sajak. Y'all might want to scurry on over there, honey, and get to it because Pat Sajak is knocking them down, right? So the interaction comes just days after Pat asked Wheel of Fortune viewers to have a little heart and be more respectful to contestants following an incident where all 3 players were unable to come up with the solution to what the audience felt was an easy puzzle. Honey, they've been over here clowning on Pat Sajak for this one, right? Stupid. Sorry about $80,000 an episode. Oh my God, Scott thought that it was a compliment. Did you see how he grasped his hand over his heart like, thank you, Pat Sajak, thank you. Pat was giving his ass the business, you heard?
Girl, Pat face.
Oh. Girl, yes, honey. I don't know about y'all, but this is enough to make me want to go start watching Wheel of Fortune. If he coming out and attacking people just like this, y'all know he elderly. Them elderly don't give a fuck. They want to say whatever the fuck they want to say. Fuck these damn cue cards. Why the fuck is you telling me your toe got chopped off? What is that all about? Aren't you supposed to be talking about yourself, like telling me, who you are, what you do for a living, da da da? Ain't that the whole point of the getting to know you stage?
They give a funny anecdote if they got one.
Was that funny?
Shit, apparently the Scotty was, but nobody else. Not to Pat.
Oh, wait a minute. They talking about was Scott slow. He didn't seem slow to me.
No. Y'all cold-blooded.
The views and expressions given by Six's word on the curve does not reflect on it. What, Theo? That is the dumbest thing I ever heard. No wonder you get D's and everything, right? Okay. Why they use that picture of him though? Girl, I don't know. Look how he looking like he had a drunken night. Drunken night. Oh my God. Cold-blooded. Pat Sajak is cold-blooded. You heard. All right. We was gonna get into this whole topic of Monica, but trust me, honey, this was good to end on Pat Sajak. I'm not even for to entertain Monica's lateness. Okay, you get what you get when you get with Monica. We done heard a couple of stories. That might be something else we could pick up on a later time. Did I forget anything though? I think we did. Oh, and let me tell y'all, okay. Let me go ahead and give this information too, because if you are in YouTube land, like I am in YouTube land, meaning I be on YouTube all the time, right? Surfing and looking at stuff, honey. If y'all don't know who Mechee X is, y'all need to get on board. She is out here trademarking the hell out of these damn people that is over here so-called, you know, scamming and supposed to be for the Black community, but not doing for the Black community. I know I posted some stuff on the curb in regards to it. She then took Boyce Watkins trademarked some of his businesses that he didn't have trademarked, and then he went for Tyreek. Y'all know they've been going back and forth about this whole thing, but I just want y'all, if y'all want some good entertainment, because she be flying off the handle, viewer discretion is advised if you go and check out any of her videos, because she lets it rip, and she is not apologizing for shit. They've been coming after her for all of this time, and y'all know that Boyce stole her domain and won't give it back. That's how all of this stuff started. Well, she didn't trademark his businesses. Now he's scrambling. He got till Monday to get all of them videos that got her trademark infringement. That's, you know, infringing on her trademark, to go get them videos off. And it's like 13,000 videos he got to go through. Oh, that's crazy. If y'all got time, check that out and see what's going on, because she is over there. They call her the Trademark Queen. You heard? Oh, yeah, she went above your patty. Yes, above my patty, Shantae. She did a number on them. She didn't trademark FNA and Fly Nubian Queen. And then she went after Tyreek's businesses that he didn't trademark either. So she said that she's giving the FNQ to the women that he fucked over and wouldn't pay them. So she's waiting on the women to email her to decide what they want to do with that, because that's for them. She said Fly Nubian Queen is for her. And Tyreek, since he decided, oh, and she also trademarked Vicky Dillard's website, because Vicky don't have that either. I think it was the website and something on her page, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that one with Vicky, but I know she grabbed something of Vicky, because Vicky opened up her goddamn mouth. So she came from Vicky as well. And then Tyreek started talking about her, from what I know, on Twitter, and then that's how this whole shebang boogie came about, her trademarking his businesses too. So y'all doing business and ads, and you trying to get your stuff together, you better trademark your stuff, because honey, I'm trying to tell you, it's hard out here. It's ruthless. Y'all can't be over here doing Mechee like this. She tired of y'all bullshit. She wild for that. That's what they get though. Oh, misogynistic bastard. He got to be more careful. He got to be a lot careful. Wasn't she fucking Tyreek?
Oh,
nah. Not that I know of. Never mind. It was the other dude. Cold-blooded. You heard? Cold-blooded. Well, honey, it's something to go listen to, because I tell you, we was over here cracking the hell up. I know I was. We was listening to it in VIP, a little bit of it too, right? Tyreek got him a lot.
Girl.
Yeah. And y'all already knew what happened with what's the guy that the girl flipped out on at the studio thing, and she's saying he had flew her out and her friend too. That's, I think, is that the person you talking about? Mechee wasn't fucking with him either.
Oh, you talking about Tommy Sotomayor?
Sotomayor, is that who you talking about, Shantae? She just friends with Tommy. She ain't fucking around with Tommy either. My fault. It's so many of them these days. Cold-blooded. cold-blooded. Well, honey, like I said, if y'all want some good entertainment, y'all going over there because that was the highlight of my day and night. Okay. And with that being said, I gotta thank my co-host for holding it down over here with me. Sean was on the mic on the ones and twos. Thank you, girl, for coming in and partnering up with me so we can go over this stuff. We had a lot to discuss. And y'all know me, I'm gonna get off of here and I'm gonna get into them papers that Sean sent me in regards so I can see what's going on with Royce Reed, honey.
Yes,
Get
girl,
the
but
tea.
see.
You heard me? Yeah, no, she just friends. Nah, she just friends. He was definitely smashing though. Yeah, he had a liking to her. I will say that. Yeah. So y'all got any more comments and stuff? Y'all comment down below. Keep the discussion going and popping. And as always, I will see y'all in the chat. Peace.
Welcome to Six's Word on the Curve, sponsored by LMTV.
What we're not doing is shutting down the curb. This is how we get the news. This is how we get the 411, the tea.